I thought you picked your own. Like, I was like, oh wow, that doesn't sound like Jason. That's not a Jason intro.
Well, I mean, you think about the podcast, it's a little bit more like welcoming too,
I guess. I don't know.
Full house.
You ready?
Dun, 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 dun.
All right, you guys ready?
Yep.
What's going on, everyone? This is brewpac.shakur.
This is Art.
This is Brian.
And welcome to the Brewing Podcast, where we're creating community connections through casual conversations. Episode 28.
Up there.
Please do us a favor and subscribe to the channel. It does help us out. The road to 500.
500.
Yeah. 500 subs for YouTube.
Where were we at? 100?
We are 101 because Brian added it finally.
There we go.
Oh.
All right, on today's episode, we have Romin Irani. Romin is a burger man, small business owner, and a man of faith. Let's welcome Romin to the show.
Yeah. Welcome, Romin.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Let's cheers to that.
Yeah.
Brew in.
You want to share? You want to share what we picked up today, Romin?
Oh.
What kind of beer?
I just mentioned to Jason that there was a brewery that was Filipino owned, which is rare in San Diego. You know, since he's a Pinoy boy, maybe try something. They got a pandan stout that was phenomenal.
Oh man,
but it's not always available.
Yeah.
So what is it?
So Jason went and got this. It was a ube hazy.
Ah.
It's really purple if you had a glass to show.
Nice. Big coconut.
So the name of the brewery
it's
is
like purple
Gold?
right here.
Gold.
It looks
Get
like
out
a
and live.
Oh shoot! Did we
and
even
live. I
cheers?
like that.
We didn't
No,
cheers.
we didn't
We just all
cheers.
drank it.
Mabuhay.
Tayong lahat.
Is there like a
Gatorade.
cheers in Tagalog?
Not that I know of.
No.
No, not that I know of.
You go by like tira now, which is like, let's take it. Like
That's for the shots.
Yeah.
All right. Before we get to our guests, we like to read testimonials on the show. These come from our community members, taken from either conversations, comments, and or direct messages, aka
DM.
He's got that voice
I
on
gotta
lock.
get it. Yeah.
Yeah, go for it, Ron.
yeah. Oops. Let me go back once.
Jason's a little trigger happy tonight.
I know.
He's too excited. I'm
The
here.
remote.
Yeah.
I know.
That's it.
All right, Art. You can read testimonials today.
All right, today's testimonial comes from real kind of. Real,
Everyone's nervous.
yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. Wait, let me read.
That doesn't usually happen.
How do you read?
I have that presence. It was my deep DM voice.
Yeah, I know. You got to Art.
I know.
We're here with no.
Jason's dying.
All right.
Half the episode will be
I know.
edited out of laughing.
Yeah.
We didn't even start drinking.
No. Pre-game, that's fine.
Today's testimonial is from Real California Cal. F yeah, dude. Fire emoji. Keep it up.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you for the support, Cal.
Yeah,
Definitely
thank you,
will
Calvin.
try.
Yeah.
Keep it up.
Shout out to Calvin. Damn Dude Podcast.
Oh.
Also does swim lessons.
Oh yeah.
Wow, what a combo.
Young children.
Yeah.
Keeping them safe, babies.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to Ramen. Let's get things going. I think I've known you since junior high. Let's talk about that. I think you came from, is it Hickman?
I went to Hickman.
Hickman Elementary.
Shout out Hawks. I don't really feel the same connection to Mira Mesa like when I did growing up.
What do you mean?
I don't know. You know how we were like so Mira Mesa,
Yeah.
and then I left and came back, and I'm like, I'm more in it now because of RomBomb, but it's interesting that some people are like my hometown. Kind of like
Like they had that hometown pride. Yeah.
I still do. I still love it because of we grew up here, but it's interesting now.
I think it's different now.
It
I
is
think because
different.
we're older now. Right?
Yeah.
Those damn
Well, I know you
kids.
also did stuff in different neighborhoods, and so you
Yeah.
get connected to those neighborhoods. But yeah, junior high was Challenger. We were the first sixth graders there. Remember that?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
We got
Oh.
screwed out of our sixth grade promotion because that's the year
What?
California decided to cut sixth grade from elementary, moving to
Yeah.
middle school. So we were really hated because they're like, these are the first sixth graders, and got picked on by I think extra heavy.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't think we
That was-
really cared, but
No.
we were we were
whatever.
fine. But there was a lot of transition, and
Involved, yeah.
if you think now about middle school, like
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, we had PE. Yeah, like I don't know, 80 young boys walking around naked, like holding their nuts, and then you have like 5 teachers just watching you because you had to get wet, or they would give you
Get
like
wet?
an F. Yeah, you had to shower.
Yeah, you have to. You have to
Imagine that
shower.
nowadays where
Yeah,
you have
I
like
heard
5
that.
grown men watching 6th graders shower.
What the heck?
It was
Wait,
not a
what?
thing.
Yeah, because I went to I went to Meadowbrook. They had the showers there. You didn't have to
Oh,
use
we
it.
were
like, no one
forced.
ever used them.
You couldn't pass the class unless you showered.
Yeah.
I heard about that.
That's wild to me, dude.
And during the showers, you'd have like maybe 2 people just messing around in the showers, like sliding. I don't know if you had that during
Like all over the floor.
Or just
on
like,
the floor.
We had some of the
buckets
older
of water at
guys
each
coming
other.
around with some hand slaps, and everyone was like walking around like, "Oh no, 8th graders coming!"
Dude, I think if you had social media back then,
Oh, brutal.
people would be canceled all day long.
I just can't get over that. Like you actually had to shower. Like,
Yeah, we just walk around like this, you know. The
Well, I think the best thing was getting a Fruitopia after. You remember that drink?
Fruitopia.
Fruitopia
No, I
drinks?
remember back then it was all about the Snapples,
Yeah, that too.
and we were
yeah,
popping the
Fruitopia
tops.
was the
Yeah.
direct competitor. Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally
In
forgot about
Nantucket.
that.
Yeah, right. They had them in the vending machine right there. Yeah.
I don't remember Fruitopia.
What? Oh man, I
I
gotta
barely
find-
remember
I
the
gotta find
vending
picture.
machines.
I'm sure if you saw,
I never had money. I didn't get allowance. You know, I scraped by the quarter to get the big stick after school.
Yeah.
That was, you know, that's what I look forward to.
They look for my name on the list. I'm here to pick up my lunch.
So, what did you get into during junior high?
I don't think I did
Clubs?
any.
You just a go home club.
No, we would like all kick it at Alan's house after school.
Okay, so you're like
Play
a central.
basketball and there's always like a house.
Yeah, everyone's
So
had
I
that
would go
one
to
friend.
Alan's house with like Lawrence and a bunch of guys, and then everyone would leave, and then I go to Vincent's house and then play Street Fighter,
Oh,
Nice.
and then
video
Nice.
games.
yeah, and then I walk home, and then I finish my homework, and I go finish my friend High's homework. 'Cause if I finish his homework, we could play video games faster. 'Cause
Wait, so
all
he
the-
didn't ask you to do this. You
no,
did
no,
this.
no.
Oh.
He did because he had all the video games. I didn't. My
it was a
parents I had
transaction.
one controller,
That's a
one game.
transaction.
He had like
The whole
every
set.
game.
Yeah. He was that.
Yeah,
friend.
he was that
Yeah.
friend. So if I
That's
finish
what-
his homework, we got to play video games faster or watch Sailor Moon.
Nice.
You know.
Yeah, you know.
Was it junior high when we got into Tamiya cars?
Me and Bo really into that. High's grandma would like slide him 20s all the time.
Damn.
And so I would get all his secondhand parts because my parents would give me no money.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm like, hi, let me get that. I can't remember
What were you trying to get?
where's the red motor?
Stabilizer. Oh,
Ultra was like the best one. And
Yeah.
yeah.
And then like you could change the bumpers and stuff, right?
Yeah. So he had all the metal ones. I had the
Bearings and
plastic
stuff.
ones.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll take your plastic ones.
Dude, I remember racing there for the first time, and I had like regular
Was it
batteries.
VGU?
Yeah, VGU.
Yeah.
I had regular batteries, and I found out everyone had rechargeable, which made it even faster.
Wait, was these like a pocket racers or?
They're just like these little cars you could build.
Yeah, the pocket racer. Yeah.
Oh, it's not
Pocket
pocket
racer.
racer.
Is it no? Okay.
I was
Tamiya.
Tamiya, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's what I knew it was. Yeah.
Pogs a thing?
Pogs was a big thing. Pogs. I think Pokemon came out when we were in middle school.
Yeah.
Oh,
Around
really?
97,
Oh,
99.
Magic
Yeah,
the
right.
Gathering. People
Magic
are
the
into that. Was like a kind of a splitter, you know, like
Yeah.
are you going to be into this or not? That
Yeah,
kind of started
yeah.
and then I think towards the later years of StarCraft.
Ooh, that
Because
was
StarCraft
it.
also came out like
Yeah.
98. Yeah.
Yeah.
Diablo? No.
I was StarCraft. I was
Okay,
pretty
you're
heavy
StarCraft,
StarCraft.
yeah, okay.
And then my friends got into Counter Strike, and that's kind of when I fell off. 'Cause,
Yeah. It is what it is. You know.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't really game much.
Yeah.
I play Tetris every now and then. I was really into Tetris actually. I was playing something called Tetranet.
Oh yeah.
And it
that-
was Tetranet?
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's basically you go head to head against other people.
It was like a
right?
client,
Yeah.
and there you play 6 people at once.
Yep.
Is that
Oh shoot.
still a thing?
Not that
It's-
it's modified. And
Yeah.
crazy now.
It's.
But now people are
superseded.
insane. I'm playing like
Yeah.
I got back into it recently. I was playing like a kid was like 12, like murdering me. I was like,
Oh,
and I was I'm pretty decent, but yeah, I was like,
There's
he's like,
a-
how old are you? I'm 12, and I'm like, damn. Like, I'm dropping 100 pieces a minute. This kid's dropping like 160, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, especially if you look at them, they're like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
yeah.
wild.
Yeah. But they switched the rule. It's not basic anymore. Back then it was basic. You drop blocks, you clear 4, it adds 4. Now it's like if you spin the little T piece a special way in,
Yeah. No.
it adds extra
T-piece.
points. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
So
You ever hear of Tetris 99?
is that the one on the
It's like on Wii.
Switch or something?
I forgot like that. Yeah, I think it's on Switch or something. But it's basically you versus like 99
Switch,
other or 98 other people.
Oh,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Facebook had it for a while,
Oh yeah.
and then took it away.
yeah,
Oh,
it's one of those
but-
things.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, it was a lot of hang around with the neighborhood friends, riding bikes.
Sleepovers. I think
Yeah.
Bo, you guys used to have sleepovers all the time.
Yeah, we used to. It
Let's
was
talk
really
about
cool.
that.
At
Yeah.
Bo's house, we were also into tech decks around that time.
Oh, yeah. dude.
Oh, that's right.
Tech
Those are
decks.
still
And
around.
Bo
Those are
was
still
sick.
around.
Bo like would get a shoebox, open
Yeah.
it up, and we'd build like a mini skate park
Yeah.
with straws.
Those are,
This was before the skate parks actually they started selling
before,
that.
yeah. And
It was
skating was
bare
big in middle
cardboard.
school.
That
But
was
I feel like everyone's a skater in 6th
Tony
grade.
Hawk. Yeah.
yeah.
And then by 8th grade, the people that could skate were skaters, and the rest of us were like, okay, I could never land a 360 flip, so
yeah.
I can't do a
you know,
kickflip.
or like I was like, I'm not gonna go off 4 stairs. Like I'm just,
Yeah.
I like my legs, you know.
Yeah.
Plus,
I
I,
like
was
my
a big
joints.
boy, so I was like, a fall for me was a little different than a fall for Freddie Chabot.
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
definitely. Is he still skating?
Probably.
Okay.
You never know.
I don't think in junior high we really hung out.
I don't think so.
I think maybe like in pockets when we'd have.
I think I started in high school.
Well, wait.
It was
How did you guys meet?
I don't know if we were in the same classes. I can't really remember who's in my classes back then.
Yeah, I know.
Where my highlight of middle school
You had
was
Mr. Lewack.
8th grade. Oh yeah, Mr. Lewack teaching sex ed
Oh.
was the most hilarious. You do not touch this part, okay? Like he had a skeleton, and he was trying to do sex ed with the skeleton. And
What
we
the
were
heck?
just, with the Filipino accent?
What do you mean you don't touch that part?
It was pretty.
We had Mr. Leewag together. We
Also, you
had,
had a
6th
same.
grade?
You did have a same class.
I think so. Mr. Hodap, you remember him?
Yeah.
PE.
Yeah, he was legit.
Yeah.
Odap versus Parafeet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her name was Parafeet.
Her feet.
Oh,
yeah, like
okay.
her
It's
feet.
Parafeet.
Yeah.
But 8th grade year, they were redoing our field.
Uh-huh.
And so outside stuff was all off. And all we did every day was go in the gym and play dodgeball.
Yeah.
It was like a
I
middle
remember
schooler's
that.
dream.
Wow.
Like, you know, like there's people that hated dodgeball, but
Yeah.
most of us were like,
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
like, let's go to PE, you know?
Yeah.
And it was like, it was like serious. It was not like, it was serious.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't know if you remember that. Yeah. That was like highlight of middle school, I feel like.
It wasn't running the mile?
Oh, God.
I hated
Odap had that like top 10, you know?
Oh, did
and
he?
us big guys were like, maybe we'll get top 10 today because you get a prize. And nah.
Oh, you guys had a prize?
If you were like top 10 runners, like
Something like
consistently.
that, yeah.
I never.
Yeah, we never got
Came
prize.
close.
Yeah. None of our.
But we had to do the mile, yeah. I
I
think like once a month we had to run like outside the school, which is kind of a big deal in middle school.
Sure.
We ran outside the
Yeah.
school,
Yeah.
down the street, through this random park, remember
Yeah.
that cul-de-sac, and then came back.
but
That's actually pretty random huh, to
Yeah.
run outside. Now that they wouldn't.
I don't think they would do that now.
No, they don't do that now.
Just for
Yeah.
safety reasons.
Yeah.
But I think
So
as
sad.
as big guys, like we were always at the end. So so was us like racing other big guys.
I could never get an A in PE because you had to do a certain amount of pull-ups to get an A.
Yeah.
And us big guys were like, we got maybe half a one in us, you know? Like,
I mean, for us, it was like you had to run the mile under a certain time, and that's how you got an A. Like for instance, I think it was like 10 and under was like an A, and then like 10 to like 11:30 or 12 was like a B. You know, so on and so forth. I forgot what how it was.
Yeah, I don't remember. I know as I was like a 13 solid.
Hey man,
I ran half of it.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
yeah.
And then with my other 13 solids, we're just kicking it in the back.
I do remember though, middle school, you know, Tamagotchis came out.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Man, we were
actually,
going way
we actually
back.
write
Shoot.
notes to each other and we would fold it that special way, that little arrow that you pull out.
Oh yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Digimon came out too, right?
Digimon.
Yeah. That was like a whole big thing.
Oh yeah, when you fight each other. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
yeah, it was good stuff. I'm really thankful we didn't have social media when we were in middle school.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Because like I think here's the difference. Like when we were kids, if your friends did, like say they weren't like your neighborhood friends, right? If they did something on the weekend, you didn't know. Unless someone snitched on Monday, right? But like nowadays, kids know everything they're not invited to, not part of.
Yeah.
Whereas like we
It's
didn't
a whole
know
different thing,
because
yeah.
we're still hanging out with our neighborhood friends. Like I didn't hang out with you on the weekends, but I hung out with Bill. And
I couldn't go out on the weekends. That's the thing. My dad was strict.
Okay.
Yeah.
You just go to school and come back.
I would mob. Like me and Bill would meet up, get our bikes. We'd ride to Miramar Lake.
the
We'd
best
like go in
thing.
the canyon.
Hop on the bike.
Yeah, we had BB guns. I was like, I was pretty
Yeah.
wild. My parents let me do all that, but
Everyone was doing something
yeah.
while I was in home just watching through the window.
You're just like
Why weren't you like? What was the?
My dad
reason?
was strict.
like you weren't because you didn't trust.
Well, he was in the Navy, and if my grades weren't up to par, he's like, "Nope, you got to focus on your education." I'm like,
You didn't have homework on the weekends. Did you?
but I couldn't go out.
So did you like have a lot of negative resentment towards him because of that?
Oh yeah, I think that's something that I'm repairing now with him. But it's just, I think we talked about this in our previous
Previous one,
episodes. It got to a boiling point where I was like, I don't want to live here anymore, and then I left.
yeah.
Yeah, sleep over at some of our homies' houses.
Yeah, my dad was kind of strict too, and I definitely, it was hard. There's
Yeah?
times where it's hard, yeah, because sleepovers was like not really allowed, but
Yeah.
you don't get it, But they also grew up in a whole different generation.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
my parents grew up in India with like a family of 8
Oh,
with grandparents.
Oh, damn.
broke. So it's like
different mindset.
they didn't really,
Yeah.
they weren't really parented, so they didn't really know how to parent.
Well, how strict was your dad back in, would you say junior high is more stricter than high school or just your whole
Well,
life?
so I didn't really know. My dad was bipolar. And
Okay.
I didn't really know my whole life until
Yeah.
like probably sometime in high school. And my parents got divorced summer before high school. So
I
I was like in that part of my season life, I was kind of like
a lot.
I don't really want to,
Yeah.
But I think it was not crazy. I was still allowed to be out.
Yeah.
I don't think I had your level of strictness.
No.
But it was
Asian
more,
parents, yeah.
It was not until like we played football in high school. So I guess we're going to high school now. Like we played high school football, and that's when I started like tiptoeing out. Like, hey, we're going to Jack in the Box after the game, or something else would happen, and I would use football as I'll come home like later today.
Pretty good excuse though.
But we would stay out late though, because after the football games, we'd go to Round Table right here. Well, not here anymore. Did you ever go to that?
I don't think I went to Round Table. No.
Oh, we would do
I think that was too
Yeah,
late
dude.
after football.
Yeah, because we watched the Preg Pittston report.
Yeah.
Yeah, all together, and they would stay open late for us.
Okay.
It was pretty cool.
How did we get closer in high school? Because we had two different groups of friends.
We did, but
And then
for some
high
reason,
school, we
our
just came
groups-
together,
Yeah,
like-
our group sat together at lunch.
Is it because of football?
Well,
I
we-
don't think I was
yeah.
in football yet, though.
I don't know why we all started. I know exactly where we sit, near that
Right?
pillar, near that door.
You had like your spot, right?
We did, but like some of us started. I would start there, have lunch, and then I would just like kind of mob around because I didn't have drama with anyone, so I was like, oh, I'll pop into this group, this group, this
Yeah.
group. But
Social
that was
butterfly.
like that was our home base,
Yeah.
But none of us hung out outside of that table.
Mm.
Like if you think about it, we never kicked it on the weekends, or
Oh, that's right. We just came to.
we only cut like that group only hung out at lunch.
Yeah. Okay.
And
That's
then
interesting.
we all had different groups on the weekends, you
Right.
know? But at lunch, it was like this is our
Yeah, we were close to that leg.
yeah.
I was
That's
just
kinda
showing you
cute.
some of our photo albums,
Yeah.
like some old pictures. I was like, dang.
Yeah, because I mean, no one in that crew hung out at lunch. I mean, outside
Like
of lunch.
outside of
Maybe me and Hai, because like Hai was one of my first friends in Mira Mesa.
Yeah, he's
And
the
I hung
last
out
one
with
for
him and
homework.
his cousins.
Let's talk about football then. Your experience playing football. When did you start? Your freshman year?
Yeah, I started going into high school, and I was never great, but I really enjoyed. I think the team aspect. I
Yeah.
enjoyed just being part of it. I never started, but I don't know, for some reason I love be part of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Having that
part of something greater.
I didn't really. I don't like if thinking about. I don't really care about football. I didn't really watch.
like the sport itself.
no, like
or-
when I see people like doing fantasy stuff nowadays, I'm like, how do you have that much capacity in your brain to
Yeah.
remember that much about this many
Yeah.
people,
players.
teams, and
Yeah.
I don't. I'm like, there's so many other things like as
Like
parenting,
knowing how
and
they're
this.
going to perform with that team and like knowing.
Well, I'm like,
Sounds
there's
crazy.
that's just so much to know about
Yeah.
something, and I'm like, dang, like I don't.
I mean, if you enjoy it, you
No,
know,
for
of course,
sure.
yeah.
No, but so like or like me, I was a Chargers fan, but
That
it was
was
just because it's my team.
keyword
Yeah,
was.
Oh yeah, they betrayed my city. I literally haven't watched football since they left.
Oh, same
much.
here. No, same
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
I only watch. I was a social. Like I was like, I want to be with people. I love my city. I support my city.
Not anymore.
No, yeah. I was like, when people follow them, I was like, yeah, I care for Rivers and Gates. But one day, I was like, I could care less.
yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna support LA. Are you kidding? Like never. I saw him wearing an LA hat once on this pod. I was like, "Get that hat off, man.
I always get like my cousins
You
are
will.
my cousins are like diehard Padre fans, and anytime I go to their place, like why you wear this hat? Like, dude, I forget.
You got like a Dodgers hat on or something, or what?
Drip LA. It's
Okay.
literally called Drip LA.
Okay. I thought it was like another
still
team's hat. I was like,
So, I mean, football, I think was great. I think it was interesting to be around that many different people.
Yeah.
You know, I really appreciate about that our high school experience. Like we were around like almost all the cultures. If you think about it,
Yeah.
like our school started out. I think freshman year we were like majority white by Filipino. Not by Filipino. By senior year we were majority Filipino. But I think the swing wasn't huge. It was like
it was gradual, right?
38.
Yeah.
No, it was like 38% white freshman year, and then like 40% Filipino senior year. But we also had like Vietnamese and Lao,
Yeah,
Cambodian, and like
I mean, it's the same
and we had-
Mesa is, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
great.
yeah. Yeah.
And it was.
Middle of
I
Mesa.
appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, because they built a Siva City down the street. That's why. Like everyone started coming.
Quite literally, yeah.
I thank the Navy for our diversity.
What would you say is the most memorable moment in high school
For you, yeah.
for you? Yeah. Would it be football?
No, football was good. I appreciated it.
You had fun. Like I mean, just
no, it was.
were you part of the freestyle battles and all of that?
Yeah,
Like in the locker room
yeah,
Dude, I feel like every school had that. I mean, there was some, yeah.
yeah. I mean,
with Kevin Morgan and who else was rapping?
no, it was always Reggie and them.
Reggie?
Yeah. But I mean, I think them clowning each other was always fun. Or like when
Yeah.
they would clown Thompson and stuff. It was like
Oh, they had like a battle.
they would clown like the coach, but like our coach was like cool enough where he could like
He could take
it,
it.
and he hit back at him.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. It's a give and take.
But yeah, I think the whole like team aspect was great. Yeah, just things you learn from that. I think you gleaned a lot, you know, of how people like learned how to respect each other, even if they weren't good or like sometimes I don't remember who it was. He was punking, and I've never been in a fight in my life, you know. And I was like,
you were a part of it?
no, I've never been in a fight.
Yeah, okay.
This guy, I forgot his name was. He was punking, and I just like had it
On the football
I was like,
team?
Yeah,
Oh.
I was like me and you because we would slap box in the locker room,
Right.
and like I was like I wasn't really part of it. I was always watching, but I was like me, we're slap boxing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, slap
Because
slapboxing was
everyone made like had the calves of a god, and like they were
as big as
like
your
as
head.
a ruler. They were
No,
like a ruler
serious,
across. I
yeah.
mean, they were serious.
Wow.
So everyone, licked the fingers and
everyone.
gave him a good one, you know. But sometimes this guy pushed it too far. I can't remember who it was. He was like half black, half white. He's a big dude. He's nah.
We're gonna name every.
Yeah, I know. They call out
matter.
random people. People are
But
just catch
yeah,
strays.
I mean, I feel like we learned about that. Just like some people that you learn not to push or like how to respect people and how to have a good time too. And it was a good mix of. And I think there's a lot of things we had to do that we didn't enjoy, like going around selling the Marauder cards.
Wait, what?
I think that's what built. They were like saying, "Who's going to be our salesman in the future?" Like we would have to go around and sell these like cards,
Discount cards.
basically like, hey, if you pay $10, you get this card and you can use it for a year at all the businesses.
At
in Mira Mesa.
Fuddruckers, you get 10%
Wait, I didn't even
off.
know. What?
That's
It was a great card.
fundraising, right? Like
Yeah, it was easy to
fundraising,
sell.
Yeah.
But
some good deals in there.
it was hard. You're a ninth grader going to these apartment buildings, like tuk, tuk, tuk.
Oh, just cold.
I'm part of the
like,
football
oh my
team. Do you
God.
want to buy this card? But some people probably excelled, like,
Okay.
but
It takes a certain type of personality for that sort of thing.
sales is
Definitely.
a-
sales is a
its
skill
own thing.
Yeah.
Or if you have family that's just willing to support.
yeah.
Right.
But yeah, I think there's a lot to learn. I mean, there's a lot of bad stuff too. I mean, if you think about it, there's a lot of like older kids corrupting younger kids. And,
Oh, definitely.
Like, there was, that's part of it too.
You take the good with the bad, yeah.
So back to most memorable moment in high school.
Mira Mesa had really great house parties. I don't know. I think back and I'm like, how did these people not get so in trouble? I mean, they would have dance floors and DJ. Like when I went to like parties later on, like I was like, y'all playing an iPod? Like we had DJs in high school, like
Those garage parties.
No, when you think about it, like,
and we would mob to Jack in the Box after school, like, and everyone was just on. Kind of unique that we all had cars too.
Junior year, we all had cars, I think.
Yeah. So I think that freedom of people and
well, you think about it too, is also in the culture too, like in mainstream media and like movies, you had like all those like big house party kind of things. So I feel like there was like
no, but Mira Mesa was unique. It was like it was
Right.
definitely about the DJ and the
Yeah.
dance floor,
Music.
and
Yeah.
it was like it
And
wasn't
everyone
just,
was there.
Yeah.
I went towards like college, like so not in high school, but the house parties I know you're talking about.
you were under lock and key.
Yeah,
so,
I was-
in high school too.
Oh, not high school for me.
Yeah,
You
not
had
high
freedom
school
in
for
high
me
school?
either, you know?
No. I think I could like maybe wiggle it to 12 a.m., but I couldn't
That's
pass
still-
that.
Yeah.
That's late.
That was like after the game, and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna go eat," and then like, "Hey, why aren't you home yet?"
Yeah.
You know?
And you're like, oh, I got to go now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jason would always be buying stuff at Taco Bell after football practice.
Oh yeah, or even like during
Back then
school
when
or
everything was under $1.
something. Oh yeah,
Or there was still a $1 menu.
Shoot, tacos, 2 tacos.
Yeah.
79 cents.
And churritos.
Not anymore, man. That's just like $2.
I was a double decker man.
Ooh.
Gone now.
let's get into college. I think that's
Wait.
where we lost. Oh, you
What
want to go?
sauce? Mild?
I go mild.
I like the flavor of mild.
Yeah.
Like 5
Can't
per item.
remember, yeah.
I always mix.
You mix like half?
I mix, yeah.
I get like 2 things. I'm like, can I get 12 sauces?
yeah.
Shout out to my sister Amy. She worked at Taco Bell for one time, and for Christmas, I was like, "Hey, can you get me some sauce?" And she got me like a
Like a
bag
fat
like
stack?
that big,
Yeah.
bro. I was stacked for a while. I was like, and I bought the bottle one. It ain't the same. Something about that foil wrapper.
No, I mean that was the place to go like after football practice because it was
right
right
next to the
there.
school, yeah.
yeah.
That's how I used to get home. I call collect. State your name.
Oh
Mom, I'm
my
talking about pick me up.
Yeah.
I learned that from
Oh
the
my
commercial.
God. Yeah.
Yeah. That or
Call
Carl's
collect
Jr.
scam.
I think those are the places.
My first job.
Oh, Carl's Jr.
First job.
All right, let's talk about that. When was that?
Full circle. 15 and a half when I got my permit.
So this was in high school, your first job.
Only like 3 months.
Oh, 3 months. What
And then I
happened?
switched to Target.
Just hated fast food.
No. I remember not enjoying it.
Okay.
It's not
And
for
then
everyone.
Target was like, yeah, I think Target paid more.
Better
You just
pay.
smell like grease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, Target for a long time until college.
Did you get a free lunch during Carl's Jr.?
No.
Damn, no free
I don't
lunch.
think you got, no. I think you got like 30% off.
Any stories with you being there for 3 months? Any like customer stories?
No, not that I remember.
Pretty uneventful.
No, I think right after I left though, like that's when someone drove a car into Carl's Jr.
Whoa.
You know, Mira Mesa Boulevard, like it was on Camino Ruiz. They're speeding and they
Yeah.
like launched into
the
That's it's a pretty big like
Yeah.
that's
It's a
somehow,
big
like,
embankment to clear.
Yeah, they went over it into like Carl's Jr.
Oh, I never heard of that.
Yeah.
No, I never heard of that.
Pull it up. We're not there yet. We'll
Not yet.
we don't got our tech guy yet. Sorry, guys.
No. It's all just kind of us here. Yeah. Eventually.
So from there, you went to Target.
Target was there. At Target, I did like a lot of things. Back then they had a real food court. So they actually I was making burgers, they had chicken strips. They had Target's strategy, just so you know, is they pop popcorn every 20 minutes, basically so that people smell it when they come in.
Oh my
And so
God.
it drive. Well, back then, yeah, I think they probably still do, but back then it would drive people towards the food. And I'd be working, and I was like, I'm not popping this every 20 minutes because you see the people walk in like, Mama, I want an icy, and you're like, oh no, like.
I gotta work. Oh
And then
no.
you could tell like
We got a cow again?
like it'd be like a Filipino parent or like a black parent. They're like, you ain't getting nothing, you know. Like, and the white parent's like,
We got popcorn at home.
you want chicken strips too? And I was like, oh no, they're coming. So I wouldn't pop it as often as recommended to make my shift chill. I was pretty bad though. Like I would take my lunch break when I knew it'd be the worst.
Oh, really?
And like and then the person that relieves me comes from like cashier, so they don't really know what they're doing, and they get hammered. And I come back and it'd be like chill, and then I just clean everything up and like chill.
How long were you there for?
I was there from, 16 to 19, I think.
16 to 19. So like, let's go into college now, because I think when you went to college, that's where like we kind of didn't see each other for like a long time.
Two roads diverged.
So where'd you go during college?
Went to UCSD.
Oh,
I got into UCLA. I didn't go.
okay.
Chose to go UCSD because it'd be free.
Free, like, did you have like a scholarship or?
Yeah, I had enough. No, I had enough like Pell Grant, Cal Grant.
Oh,
it'd be free,
okay.
'cause I was living at
Okay.
home.
Yeah.
Whereas like UCLA would have been out of pocket for housing.
Right.
So I was like, free sounds good.
Yeah.
Like looking back, I'm like thankful. I'm like people our age still paying student loans. It's brutal.
Yeah.
What did you major in?
Cognitive science.
Oh,
A minor in religion.
Oh, minor in religion. So it's, okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, I didn't know when I went in. So when I applied for college, my cousin was going to UCSD, and she's like, "Pink Cog Sci, like UCSD invented it, and they don't, no one really knows about it." So I was like, okay, cool.
cool.
I went in the first week of school, changed my major to undeclared, and then I ended up actually picking that major.
So just
I really loved like learning about the brain. I thought it was super interesting.
Oh yeah.
Especially having a bipolar dad and stuff like that.
So you had personal reasons a little bit, yeah.
Like not fully. I knew I didn't like I know Bo was in that world, so I my dad goes to places where Bo works, and so they're not enjoyable places. Part. So first off I picked a major that didn't need chemistry. I don't want to do chemistry. Chemistry's not my jam.
Yeah.
Keep it easy,
Yeah, and then I love the brain part, and so then I started doing that. College was really interesting, for me. I went into college. I grew up in Mira Mesa with these guys, and we had a certain mentality of living. And I went to college. Like I lost a ton of weight right before college.
Yeah,
I went from like 280 to like 180.
Holy
And then
Nice.
I had a job, so I was like, okay, I can buy the shoes I want now.
Atkins diet?
I was doing Atkins.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Oh, that
Still
worked
only
for you.
down.
I was like, Romin got a jawline now.
Nah. No, and then you go to college and it's just different. Like no one knows you. You don't have a story.
Start over again.
Yeah, it's just different. So I went into the college mentality like I'm gonna party a lot. I'm gonna like have as much fun as I can.
UCSD though.
You guys are UCSD's
It's like a
got
low-key
stayed on
thing.
lock.
Yeah.
Nah, right now.
No.
But UCSD gets a bad rap, but it's a great school. Like it's super fun. Like we get so many free concerts.
It's a huge school.
Yeah, I was gonna say they had that.
There's like
that,
5 campuses.
I saw at
Now-
least
Festival?
40 concerts for free when I was in
Right,
school.
yeah.
And like
They had a pretty good support for that too.
yeah. And a lot of people like lived in Mira Mesa, so it was and Claremont.
close
so
by.
Yeah, it wasn't probably the same. Like there's no frat row, but
I think
but whatever. I went in with that mentality,
Right.
and then that's
And you
kind of my
and
life
you
changed a
dormed?
lot in college. Huh?
You dormed, or where did you
No,
live?
I
at
lived
the
at
time?
home, and then that was a hard period for me because then my mom remarried. I was like, I'm not trying to live at home with. She has a new husband, so then I moved in with my aunt and my dad, which is not easy.
Was that Mira Mesa as well? Or?
In Mira Mesa, yeah, by kind of by Seafood City and McDonald's.
Okay.
Little houses behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it was like my second quarter. at UCSD, and then these two like pretty white girls were like, "Oh, have you ever been to church?" And I was like, "No." Like I went once, and I was in middle school, but
You got honey pot?
Wait, hold up.
Wait,
I was like, and then I was like,
hold on.
"What?"
Did you get honey potted?
Wait, tell me they weren't the reasons why.
No, they're the reasons why I went to church.
Or
They are the reason.
No, like I got to know them throughout the year. You know,
Okay.
as we got to know each other. They're like, "Oh, have you ever
okay.
been to church and stuff?" And I was like, "No, not really." Because they grew up in like Eureka.
Oh,
pretty-
Castle.
No, Eureka, like top of California.
Okay, got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
NorCal.
The
NorCal.
castle.
Eureka's
Eureka's
Castle. Come
Castle.
on. You never watched that?
Sorry.
An old
Okay,
children's
just me.
show.
Just
Yeah.
me.
No, I got
Oh,
you.
you
I
got
got
it.
you. I got you. I got you.
It wasn't in my
It's
head.
kind of like a puppet show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like Muppets kind of things.
Yeah, that was like Mr. Rogers, Eureka's Castle.
Yeah.
That was the show. Okay, so back to
It's okay. I got you, Jason.
Yeah,
That's
okay,
all
cool.
that matters. You're not
you
alone.
got 1 out of 4. You're good. So yeah, I remember I went and I was like, it was super weird. You know, I had never been in church. I grew up in a
that was
religion.
your first time.
My dad kind of dabbled in Christianity when I was in middle school, and he took me once, and it was actually a school. It was meeting at Mira Mesa, I think, at Mira Mesa High.
Yeah.
And I remember as a 7th grader, I was like, "This is weird. These people are way too happy. This is like
Way too happy.
yeah." I was like, you know, and then that was like my own experience because I grew up in a religion most people never heard of. It's called Zoroastrianism.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Wait, what is that?
That's when you guys make fun of me. You call it, remember my Indian wife?
That's what it was.
What? You call them Indian wife?
No,
So
we
I
didn't say
had
that.
this. It looked like a wife, but it was a different cloth.
Yeah.
And,
Well, I think to us it felt
and
like
they called it the Indian wife.
Oh, okay.
it was like a baronga wife.
the baronga
Yeah.
wife.
It's a very unique cloth.
Transparent.
Yeah,
It was transparent.
Unique
Yeah.
cloth. Yeah.
Is there like a pattern on it, or is it just
No.
translucent kind of thing?
Yeah, it's like the shape of white. It's not tight like a.
Okay.
It's loose.
It's
and
loose.
then
Loose
it has
fitting.
like a.
It's sleeveless, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
It's just thinner.
Okay.
Super
It's like a
thin.
muscle shirt,
Yeah.
kind of, you know?
but it's
Okay.
super. It's like threaded.
Yeah.
You could you see through it or
Yeah.
Okay.
Egyptian cotton or something.
Okay.
But basically, in that faith, like they would wear that and the string around your waist that are like prayed over, and you pray every day when you wear it, so that you remember.
Oh.
Okay.
But like,
did not know
I got
that.
made fun of a lot of in middle school for that. They're like, "Why you got string around your waist?" Like no one knew.
Wait,
and it's like
so
not
you-
a normal thing. So
No, it's not.
No, but
because
like
there's only
so
200,000 left in the world, so
you
no
would-
one.
you'd wear this to school? Like, is this?
I didn't know, right? I wear it to school.
Oh, you
'cause, like,
did?
Yeah, but in middle school,
Inside.
when we had to start showering, you take off your shirt and I
Yeah.
didn't see it.
Oh wait, so then you.
So then eventually, I begged my parents if I didn't have to wear like this called the custody, which is like the thing you round because I
like
was
a
just getting
string.
made fun of so much. And then I would still wear the because it's super comfortable.
Underneath.
yeah.
not like.
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Okay. So 'cause
bicep.
I was under the impression that you just wore that and nothing else. You know.
That was his inside shirt. You don't wear it to school, did you?
Yeah, we wore it all through football years, and it
Oh.
No, it was inside shirt though.
was under your shirt. Yeah,
Under like a t-shirt.
No, it's not you.
That's what I was asking. I was like, oh, you wore that to school.
That'd be gangster.
yeah.
That's why I was like, you did? I was like, no, you didn't.
Yeah.
Okay. Just clarifying.
Yeah.
You know.
Most people that are born like so, you can't convert. You have to like be born pure.
Yeah.
Oh,
so like
wow.
in a sense, the religion's dying because every year, like say like I married outside of it now, so my kid's out.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that. So there's like 200,000 left in the world. But it's also it's very tied to the culture, you know. So you know how like a lot of Filipinos are Catholic because
Yeah.
my family's Catholic, and
Right.
doesn't mean they actually practice or understand
Yeah.
their faith. They're just like we're Catholic because we're Filipino, or
Yeah.
so there's similarity with that faith. You know, it's like hey, we're Persian, we're the old school Persians, we're Zoroastrian. Like you don't mess with that, you know.
Yeah.
So my experience with it was, you know, it's kind of like a bar mitzvah. You have like a coming of age, you learn the prayers, and that's when you get to wear all the stuff. And there's like a fire temple in LA, and so that's most of my experience. Like my family is very spiritual, was very conscious of God, and the tenets of that faith is good thoughts, good words, good deeds. It's like very very simple, but yeah. So I go to the flood with these two girls, and then I remember being like, what is going on here? Like there's people with their hands raised, there's people crying, and I'm just like, what?
Wait, what were they part of? Like it's.
It was just it was a Christian church that
Okay.
it was like a college outreach in a sense. So the church kind of started a late night church that was, you know, because college students aren't going to wake up at 7 a.m.
That's what you
Because they
went
had 7
to.
a.m. classes. Yeah.
Yeah, so I went and because they invited me and I was like, yeah, let's go hang out with, you know.
Let's hang out with these girls.
And I remember like being like moved. I don't really remember what the pastor said or anything.
That
but I was
first
just
day?
like- yeah, and then
Wow.
I go back to I was a pothead at the time, so I go back to my friend's house and we're like smoking and then we're watching Futurama. And like in that episode, like the devil's in it for some reason.
Wow.
And like
Was it the
he
devil
like
bot?
wraps
Yeah.
like Bender up in like
Yeah.
a blunt and like starts smoking
Oh.
him. And like I got offended. but I didn't know why, and so I'm like thinking about it like over, and I'm like, why am I? You're high, you don't want to think about God. It's like like this kind of killing the buzz, So that I go home and I'm like still thinking about God, and I'm like, I'm not trying to do this. It wasn't part of my life. It wasn't part of my mental space at that time. And then
what year was this?
This is first year of college, so it must be 04.
04.
Oh wow,
yeah. So then I'm like trying to go to sleep, and I have this crazy encounter with God where I'm like, I don't know how to explain it, but like my brain, my mind, you know how you think, right? So like I can't create a thought. I can't it's just empty space. And I see two hands and two pictures, and I hear God's voice say like, do you want to follow me and live, or go your own way and die?
Oh wow.
And I'm like, I'm not trying to make this decision, So I'm like trying my hardest to like push it out of my head. And then
it's like a dream, like you're asleep?
No, I'm awake.
Oh, no,
I'm awake. And then like at this point,
God.
I've never read the Bible. I've never like really, I've been to church like 1.5 times.
Sure.
And, so I have to like answer because it will not clear out of my head. So I just get on my knees. I was like, all right, God, I don't really know who you are.
In the middle of the night?
No, this is like right before I go to bed. It's like probably like 10 at night or something.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't really know who you are, but I guess I'll follow you. And then I wake up the next day and I'm like,
you're in robes.
No, something's different. I just knew something. I was like, something's different.
Okay.
So I call these girls. I'm like, I don't know what happened, but this is what happened. And that kind of started my journry in college. Like I was in college, but I was, it was hard in the beginning because I was a pothead. I was drinking, I was smoking, and I was like, okay. Back then, like Christian, you feel like just all the bad things you got to get rid of, which is not
all
really,
the vices.
Not really, yeah. But it started the journey of like, I was going to Bible study. I'd never read of the Bible. I was like, let me try to figure this out. Try homeless ministry. I was trying everything. I was like, let me try to do all the things that Christians do, and that was my college experience a lot. It was like going to Mexico.
It's like finding yourself, honestly. Right?
Yeah. That and like is this thing that I've committed to? Like, how do I actually do it? Because it was so real that I was like, I could have easily said like, screw that, let me just do what I was gonna do. Sure. But it was so impactful, so real,
so vivid. Yeah.
So a lot of college was that, like exploring that and going to school and balancing like all that.
Well, how was the transition? So you were smoking at the time, drinking and all that stuff. Was it cold turkey, or like how did it transition
it was like periods. I remember the next day, we always hung out after, it was like our crew, and then I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna smoke today, and they're like, why? It's like, I think I followed Jesus, and they're like,
wait, you said?
And they're like, smoke this blunt. I'm like, it was a struggle. So it was like 1 month good, slip, like then like stretches, and it wasn't just about like the weed, but I think you also learn like, okay, my friends are my friends because we smoke, not because we actually value
each other's company,
relationships.
Right?
Or not all, but like there's some some things that I think you guys have probably noticed in your life. There's some things you stop doing, and you're like, okay, those friendships were tied around that activity, not the friendship. But it was I'm very thankful, and so that changed the trajectory of my life like big time. So college was a lot of that. I was a bus driver at UCSD.
Oh, I remember that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great job. Back then, minimum wage was $6.75. We were getting you guys remember those days when a burrito cost
about 1 hour's worth of work?
It's still 1 hour's worth of work if you think about it.
Yeah, because it's caught up.
It's just everything else isn't equalized with it.
Right. That's a whole other conversation for sure.
Yeah, so college was like a lot of that, like exploring that with like new people who like were Christians, and since I was the newbie, they're like, because everyone they're hanging out with like kind of grew up Christian and was Christian, knew how to talk Christian. I'm like, why did Jesus do? And they're just like, what do you mean? I'm like, I don't know. I read it first time. Well, like, it makes sense.
You be here.
And so it was, but also me, like, I went to like a weekly. It's kind of like a church at college campuses for college students. It's called university.
Okay.
Like a youth group?
Kind of youth group, yeah.
Okay.
And I like every altar call, I'm like down there to like, and who needs prayer for this? And I'm like, I gotta do that too. Like I'm down. Like, I was getting prayer like every week. I'm like, God cares about how I think too. All right, I gotta.
I gotta go to this too.
I was down like every week getting prayer.
Wow.
And they were all like, I was different. I grew up Mira Mesa. I didn't grow up like Christian, so it was like I wasn't like
you're a convert basically.
I wasn't clean, or like I wasn't.
I'm not unclean. I'm unclean.
Not clean, but I didn't grow up like.
In the faith.
Like my son, like I protect him in different ways.
Yeah.
Because of our faith, but I just kind of did whatever I wanted to do because my parents weren't fully there, you know.
Because I don't know where we ran into each other, but I remember bumping into you, and I was like, "This is a different ramen. Like what, church? Like all of this,
So different.
yeah." So
Trip.
like that was the big gap from high school to now, and so I think before RomBomb, right? I don't know where we ran into each other, but you started talking about this idea. Can you share that idea of just having like
The RomBomb?
starting RomBomb? Like before it was RomBomb.
Yeah, well, I mean, so in youth, I did youth ministry in City Heights for like 10 years, and I was cooking like so many burgers all the time for like students or like anytime we're
Why?
church.
How did you fall into that? Just the cooking aspect of that? Because it's not like did they ask you and you're like, oh
yeah,
okay.
I mean, I like food, I like burgers, and then I think one time in Mexico, my friend was like, "Hey, we're gonna cook 500 burgers for this like poor community," and I was like,
Dang.
"All right." He's like, "You want to cook them?" I was like, "Sure." That was the first time I cooked like a lot of burgers. It was like really my first time. Like,
Okay,
you know, I've
okay.
kind of messed around before that,
Sure.
but I probably hadn't really cooked
That's a lot.
many burgers. And we're cooking like on the
frozen ones.
Costco patties.
Yeah, okay.
Just like on this random
Like
the grill
grill?
looks so bad, and the guy was like, "Don't worry about it. Put onion on it." And I was like, "What?" Cuts the onion in half,
just-
rubs it all over it. I'm like, "That's beautiful." Still do it to this day.
Oh,
Cut an onion in half, rub it on your grill, clean it right up.
Oh, all right.
So that kind of started that journey. And then so I was just always cooking. I liked barbecuing.
Yeah.
And then so during youth ministry, you know, like also it's a very cheap meal. So
Yeah.
it's good to-
Quick, easy, yeah.
quick, easy. Love, everyone loves it.
Right.
You can, you know, build your own station. So and then when I moved to Mexico to foster for like 6 years.
Foster.
Yeah, that's a whole long story.
Oh, okay.
Foster, like fostered 2 teenagers.
Oh,
Pretty wild.
What year was this now?
That was 6 years ago.
6 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So
That's-
2018.
2018.
Yeah.
Moved down, changed our whole life. That was pretty wild. Moved down there with a 3-year-old.
That's
Took
a
in
big
2 teenagers.
change.
That was a massive change.
What,
Yeah.
so
Wow.
what made you like to like? All right, let's do it.
My wife volunteered at an orphanage for like 14 years.
Okay.
So when I first met her, she was like, "Hey, I want to adopt this girl. If you're not down for that, we can't be together." And
Wow.
Samantha at that time was like 7, and I was like, "Man, I really like you. I'm not sure if I'm down to like have a kid already." You know?
Yeah.
Like,
It's a big ask.
it's a big, and she was upfront.
Yeah, no,
you know,
but she's
like,
clear about it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. And she's like, "Hey, like this is a big part of my life. This is what I want to do, and if you're not down for that, then we can't be together." I
Wow.
was like, "All right," and I respected that, and so
Yeah.
you know, it ended up being Mexico blocked it. They didn't want Americans adopting the kid, or you can't pick the kid you want. That was
Right.
every country has their own rules.
Oh,
with
yeah.
adoptions.
Yeah.
But
Makes sense.
there hit a point where Naomi's like, "Hey, like we're married now, we're like
Yeah.
more stable. What if you think we go to Mexico and do this?" And I was like,
That's a
"No." I was like, "Unless God is very clear, we're not
Yeah.
going." And so that was like a year and a half of like praying and this journey. And then I went on sabbatical, and I'm like in the mountains in like Tahoe.
yeah.
And I felt like God finally, he says like yes in that trip, and I was like,
He came back to you again. He said, "Hey,
so
I'm
I came
back."
back. Oh, he's just like, hey, no.
You remember me?
I wasn't very excited about that. Yes, I was like, all right, okay.
Sure.
So I come back. I was like, okay, let's explore this. We thought, maybe that just means we're gonna go to the embassy, get residency,
Yeah.
just start
Cut
that
and dry,
process.
like cut and dry process.
yeah, but
it's
then we
not
go on a
that.
trip. The day we get back from the trip, the orphanage calls us that hey, we have to close down. So all these 70 kids don't have anywhere to go.
What
And
the
then I was
heck?
like, okay. So 2 weeks later, we're like moving to Mexico and taking. We went just to. We ended up taking Samantha and her brother Spike. So we
Yeah.
had 2 teenagers. We were like,
Wow, that's
so it was a big change because one, like obviously they're Mexican. They grew up in an orphanage. Then we're very Christian, so it was like a whole big change.
Right.
for them,
For
for
both
us.
parties, yeah.
I'm parenting in a language I don't really speak. So I had to learn Spanish real quick.
Oh wow. Are you fluent now? Like, or you? Can
I
kinda
talk
get
like
by?
a 4-year-old. Like, I can
okay.
say everything just the
Yeah.
wrong tense,
Yeah.
but I say
Yeah.
confidently.
or very,
you know?
very like simple. It's like very
Yeah,
simple.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I can get by.
Is your wife fluent?
She's pretty good. She won't say she is, but she,
Yeah.
It's more like I think if people are sharing, like in a setting like this, it'd be hard because it's fast and stories. And
Oh, okay. So it's like a slow conversation kind of thing. Yeah.
she's fine in most places.
Okay.
Like suppose you went to talk to a principal, you speak a different English,
Oh yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
So like in like or a hospital, you're speaking a different English.
Yeah.
So in those settings,
Formal
it's,
speak and
it's
stuff.
harder.
Okay.
Yeah,
No, I get that.
So when we're at the school talking for Mateos, we sound like,
Just like grade schoolers. That's how you basically level out.
and we're like, normal talking.
Yeah.
What part of Mexico?
We were in Playas, which is like the beach part
Okay,
of
the beach
Tijuana.
part. Yeah.
So it was dope.
Nice.
Like
I
is
had
that Baja, California?
ocean view.
You had a nice.
Yeah.
You had a nice view.
I had an ocean
Yeah.
view home for like $1,100 a month. It was pretty great.
Ooh.
Or
We'll put a picture right there.
It's like right here.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Yeah, in between.
Seeing the sunset every day it's not a bad gig.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
nice.
During COVID, I was like, I'm not sad to be at home. So yeah, that's what started the journey. Like during COVID, I mean, I had always loved burgers, and I kind of got into the burger show on YouTube and seeing George Motes. He's like this burger guru guy, and so he basically drove around America and documented like all these like hyper regional burgers that only exist in like certain pockets.
That's
And
cool. Yeah.
So I started playing around with them, and then one of the ones that he loved the most was the Oklahoma fried onion burger.
Yeah.
So then I started playing around with that, and I made my own burger sauce. And then we had a New Year's party. It was the New Year's before COVID, and I just cooked it. And I was like, "Hey, be honest. Like, not do you like it?
Yeah.
Would you pay for it? Like, that's a real question. People are like, oh, I really like it. I'm like, nah, but would you buy it?
Yeah.
This was in TJ?
This is in TJ with
Okay.
like our group of friends there, and so a bunch of them were like, yeah, we would pay for this. So I was like, all right, cool. And then COVID hit, so kind of dreams on pause, and then I just didn't really think about it. And then I think it was that summer of COVID. There's so much stuff going on in America too.
Oh yeah. No,
With all the Black
that
Lives
was-
Matter stuff and all the protests, and we're on that side, so we're experiencing it in a different way because we're like not here and we're like seeing it, and so I just had a bunch to pray about, like about our family in that situation. So I was like,
A lot of things.
I was out on a day of solitude, and I'm like trying to pray, right? And I'm like alone on this little mountain and like south of Rosarito.
That's crazy.
And then I'm like, all I'm thinking about is burgers.
Yeah.
And I'm like, God, like I got so much to pray about, and I'm just here thinking about burgers, and I'm like all pissed at myself. And then I paused. I was like, wait, are you trying to tell me something instead? So then I like shifted my focus. I'm like, all right, God, are you trying to tell me something? And that's when
pursue it,
that's
right?
when I felt like I was like, I want you to take a risk. And I
Oh,
was
wow.
like, I was like,
And
what
so
is
he
that?
came down with a burger.
Just dropped it in my hand. But then it was like, oh, let me just start. I felt like you said, just start in the 3 places that you've lived, So I did one in TJ, one in City Heights, and then one in Mira Mesa. And then each one grew progressively. And by the time I got to Mira Mesa, I had like sold out my pre-orders in like 4 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. And then like, I was like, oh shoot. So I did like 8 more times, and I like, kept selling out, kept growing. I was like, let me get this legal.
Yeah.
Where was that? So that first, when you started selling, where was that at?
The first one was in TJ in Playas,
Okay.
at our friend's house.
was
And
like
then-
a pop up kind of thing. Is that what
I
you
just
guys
like literally
saw?
messaged people I knew in Tijuana. I'm like, hey, I'm making this burger.
Yeah.
Like I made it like
Roll
a system.
through, yeah.
I use this like appointment setting app. And like they could like
Oh.
set an appointment.
Yeah.
So the early days was like trying to figure out like how many patties can I make per time slot and just trying to get the system down. And then City Heights I did it in my friend's garage. And then Mira
Oh,
Mesa.
I went to that one. I think I went to
yeah, and
that.
then Mira Mesa I did it
Wow.
from my friend Merle's house, like right in front of the high school. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
but
that's
then-
where I went because I won that one giveaway you did.
Yeah, you won the
Yeah,
how we met.
Oh, gee.
Okay.
Had it.
Wow.
Speaking of RomBombs,
Wait, we have Rom.
we got RomBombs
What the heck?
on the pod.
Oh my god! For those,
No, wait.
oh my god, he
Have
literally
you ever had a
does.
cold RomBomb?
You know what's funny?
I snuck that in the bag.
You know what's funny? These guys are like, should we buy French fries? And I was like, he's not gonna bring out a Rom bomb.
And here it is.
Some cold RomBombs. You can eat it now. You can eat it later.
I'm gonna eat it now.
napkins?
Dude,
It's
I'm
actually good
hungry,
cold.
dude.
It's
I'm
actually
hungry.
good
I
cold.
haven't
You bringing
eaten all
napkins?
day.
This might be edited. I did not bring napkins. I'm
No, it's
sorry.
okay. No, it's still pretty good.
If
Yeah.
A cold burgers.
you see a
Special
stain
thing.
next clip. So let's talk about this then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So wait, did you just make this like right before you got here, or what?
I made this yesterday at an event.
Oh, okay.
So I brought extra meat to the event so that I could make some for you guys.
Oh, thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can you share like some of the ingredients that you can share?
Yeah.
So you
It's
said
so
it
good
was
cold.
it
Oh my
based-
god.
I don't know why.
Oh my god.
So it's based off of that Oklahoma style.
Yeah, I'm not a so like if you're a
Oh
purist,
my god.
it's just onions, meat, cheese, bread, pickles on the side.
I was gonna say I say something like some pickle juice or something in there.
Well, yeah. So I grew up with a lot of Filipinos, so I love my acid in my food.
Yes, yes.
So I
that
have a lot.
umami.
I have a lot of extra vinegar in my sauce.
Oh my
a
god.
little bit of
yeah.
lemon.
I love that.
Calamansi was cheap to be in there.
See some cheese.
This just hits a spot.
yeah.
I wasn't expecting this. And these guys were like, is he gonna bring it?
I totally forgot. I had him over here.
Had no idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Had
didn't
no
see.
idea.
Yeah, I didn't even see that.
Always a treat too, because again, we're always like hungry on this podcast because we normally we record in the mornings, so we just like drive straight here, no breakfast, no nothing, and then like do that, and then but today we're doing it like a little bit in the evening, but still, yeah.
Yeah. So I it kind of I was playing around with stuff, and then landed on this burger. So mine's not pure. Like I would say mine's like a SoCal variant.
Okay.
You know, because like the
I'm with that,
sauce.
yeah.
I love saucy burgers. I love sauce in general. Like I'm the guy that always asks for extra sauce.
Yeah.
You know, on the side because I just love sauce. So my burger has like the fattest spoon of sauce. It like covers like the whole bottom bun. But yeah, sauce. Once the sauce got dialed in, then it was like more learning things. But yeah, I use fresh Harris Ranch beef. You guys probably driven up to the Bay Area and just smelled like cow one day.
Yeah.
That area. So they're like one of the biggest producers of beef, I think, in California. They make a lot of in and out.
Makes sense. There's a lot of farmland, you know, NorCal.
Yeah, that actually the place you're smelling it is like that's not actually where they live. So people, this is probably nasty beef because it smells like poop. That's like where all the finishing happens. They are actually out in the fields and stuff, and then they bring them. That's kind of where they fatten them up and make them to burgers.
So for those that are trying to get this burger, what is this burger called? What is this exact burger called?
The RomBomb.
The RomBomb.
Oh, it's the
original.
signature.
A lot of my friends, you know, because we're American, we got to shorten everything. So ramen became Rom. And a lot of my friends make fun of me because I would say everything's bomb. Like I'd be eating something like that.
Oh, simple.
It's bomb.
Rom bomb.
So they always like, Rom, you think everything's bomb. I'm like, yeah, but there's levels to bomb. There's bomb, super bomb, beyond bomb. You know?
I like that rating system. I like that rating system.
Bomb is, you know, it's just like.
And it rhymes.
Yeah.
So then,
Bomb,
it kind of worked out. I had a little,
Fits.
some of my friends from college, we had a little group thread, and I was like, shoot them out like a bunch of ideas.
Yeah.
What was in the running besides
Gosh,
Rom bomb?
I can't
You remember?
I would have to like pull up the.
Okay.
I would have to find the doc,
I mean,
the Google Doc.
I mean,
they weren't good.
Okay, that's why you don't remember them. You don't remember them. Yeah.
I don't remember. Yeah. Choose not to remember. No. It's funny. The funniest thing is when like people over 65 come in, they're like, "Can I have a?" And they're like reading my paper, RomBomb. You know, like it's just like not
Like a parrot?
something they say.
Yeah.
I love it though. I love it because people of all ages love a good burger. You know, so it brings like
This is good cold.
it's good cold. It just
Yeah.
hits. It does hit.
Like it's still very much. I wish people like listening right now could like taste this. I mean, you could at the next time
every
he's
Wednesday.
Yeah.
In Mira Mesa.
Oh. Wait, do you have like a home base now or?
Every Wednesday I do like a pre-order time slot out of a commercial kitchen.
Oh, nice.
So
Is it-
basically,
is it-
I
is it
shifted
the
what
one-
I was doing on those pop-ups, and I just
Okay.
made it legal.
Oh.
So, like legally, you have to have a commissary kitchen that you rent space from. So, I rent space from Personal Touch Dining, which is Kearney Villa by the fire station and the AMPM.
Oh, okay. In Kearney. Okay. In Kearney.
No, it's in Mira Mesa, but it's on Kearney Villa,
Oh, okay.
Kearney Villa Road.
I like how everyone's looking at Brian and not saying he has something right here.
What?
You have like
Zoom
sauce
into
over
that.
here.
Zoom into that. that way
Jason
he
just
asks-
wants to see you lick your lips.
Got him.
Pervert.
Wait, okay.
Okay.
I have some questions for you. No.
All right.
Yeah, but so I mean, I use fresh beef. I literally
Yeah.
get it ground.
say, like-
It's the last thing I do.
Yeah.
Like I go to my butcher, they grind it, and then I go to where I'm serving. So I make sure it's like the last thing I do before I go to my event, or so it's like it's literally ground within 2 hours of when you're eating it.
Wow.
Fresh.
That's why.
That's the best.
Yeah.
That's
Quality,
why.
just-
Yeah.
Yeah, like a lot of
So yeah, it's like
Sourcing.
it's a big part for me. So that there's sweet onions. They have a little
Yeah. I can taste it.
I've seen you
deli
like
slicer.
that
Yeah,
shaver.
you've done it.
Yeah, I've done it.
Yeah,
It's nice.
it is. It's not. I make the whole kitchen cry.
Yeah.
I cry for my customers every week. I cry for you every week. Jason, zoom in on me in post production. I cry for you.
So explain like your style of burger. It's not just any burger. It's like
I think what makes my burger the most unique is I'm probably the only in San Diego that cooks on cast iron.
Oh, really?
Most people like cook on like stainless steel flat tops
Yeah.
or like Blackstones.
Well,
Blackstones aren't actually, they're like mock cast iron. They're not real. So like cast iron builds. So like every time you cook, it builds like a seasoning. So that honestly your burgers get better
So good.
throughout the years. You know?
Yep.
So
had no
that's the only
idea.
downside to my system. It's because you can't have a massive cast iron griddle. And so that's why I have the time slots because then I can control it. And sometimes I feel bad because when we're at the brewery, sometimes the wait hits like an hour. You know, sometimes I get flooded. Like I was at Pier the other day and just like while they walked in, she's like, I'm getting food for my work. I want 8 doubles and 8 singles. And like she made the wait like jump by 20 minutes, you know, because I only can do eight patties at a time. But you know, I'm willing to do that because I care how it tastes.
oh yeah.
You know, so I could get a Blackstone and do like 30 patties at once, and that's fine. It's not like that's a bad burger. That's one of my like one of the things I hold that I want to cook on cast iron.
When do you usually call in for help? Because I know you have like someone to help you sometimes.
Yeah,
Not
so
all the
Chris
time.
is my boy. He helps me on Wednesdays. Like
Okay.
he's the one packing the orders and then walks them out to the car.
Yeah.
And at the breweries, mainly because I don't want to have to be. It's hard to like order, touch money,
Yeah.
cook.
Yeah.
So then I can just focus on cooking and
Right.
And it's just we're hitting a point now at certain breweries where it's wild. Like we started at Pure and there was like we didn't even start yet and there's like 12 people lined up.
Wow.
I'm like, because I don't like
it
making
goes good with beer.
it does, and I just no one likes making people wait for food.
Sure.
Yeah, it's just like
No one wants to wait
I also
for
know
food.
that there's other restaurants where people wait an hour just to order the food.
Wow. Yeah.
So the regulars know. They come in, they order their burger, and they're like, they know I'm gonna sit here, drink 2 beers, and enjoy my friendship, and then like I'll get my burger when it's
Yeah.
ready. You know,
Whenever it's
So
ready, yeah.
most people know that, and so I tell the people that if you're impatient, you don't like to wait, come on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom, you pick a time, you show up, it's ready. You don't gotta wait. So Wednesdays is your jam if you're impatient.
Do you still do like catering? Because I went
I
to
cater every Saturday.
Every
I went to
Saturday?
a party
Wow.
like May and Anthony. I think they were having a thing, and you were there. I was like, oh, I think I had like 5.
You got your money.
Like, it's catered. I'm in.
Filipino parties are my favorite because it's never just me.
Okay.
They got me. They got the whole tray. They got all the trays of food. They got the chicken wings, this, that. And so no one's ever stressed out about their burger.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because they go get a plate of Filipino food and they're like, and then I always get a baong. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get your
like
own
one of the
little-
nice
yeah.
come in, they're like, did you eat yet? I'm like, oh, don't worry, I'll feed everyone. They'll get my baong. Like,
But they still
yeah.
give you.
Oh yeah, it's critical. I know the rules.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
The honorary Filipino.
Yes,
yeah.
I will not take that.
Yeah.
And it's all the stuff, especially if they got beefsteak. I'm like, so
Oh, I
It's-
haven't had
it's
that in a
over.
while.
Yeah,
happy.
it
This
is
is my
done.
party right here.
Okay.
I'll tell you who's making money though.
Yeah.
Anyone that makes salt and pepper chicken wings.
No,
Every
hands
party
down.
I'm at,
Definitely.
Yep.
One.
Yep.
every
Yeah.
single party.
And every family and persons, they've got their own place where they get it from
Yeah,
too.
no,
Yeah.
it's a thing.
Yeah.
So this is not the only burger on your menu. What are some of your
It's
personal
the burger I want to
favorites?
be known for. Like
Okay.
it's obviously I love it. And if someone comes in, they're like, "Hey, what should I get?" I'm like, "Start with the RomBomb." That's what I.
And it's a smash style burger, right? Like
It's smash.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the trend in smash burgers is thinner and like lacier.
Yeah.
okay.
Like people are like really crust focused right now because it looks good on Instagram.
Oh,
But
okay.
I would say like a crusty burger, like a lacy edge crust focused burger isn't always the best tasting.
So when you say like lace or crust is like a crispy edge or something.
You ever seen the burgers where it looks like it's like lacy at the end? Like you can kind of see through the meat because it's like
Yeah.
crispy.
So yeah, okay.
Yeah, so that's like the trend in the burger scene right now. It looks good. It does look good.
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Does it taste
and people, everyone knows the word Maillard now. They're like, oh, the Maillard reaction. But I'm like, just because it has a crust on it doesn't mean it tastes good. Because some people burn it
Yeah, I was gonna say like,
if it's too hot. But no, some people do it really well. So,
Yeah.
but some people want the crunchy burger. Like, but I just personally like a little chew.
Okay.
chew and the juices. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I've had like Smash and Dash in like near State.
Yeah.
they
Smash
do
and
like
Dash.
they do a phenomenal lacy edge.
Okay.
But it's that style's from like Chicago, and it's huge in LA.
Oh no.
Yeah.
LA is like
up.
way bigger. LA has a lot looser street vending laws.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's
yeah.
just more pop ups.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
Like San
explains
Diego's
that.
the
Yeah.
strictest in the state.
okay.
That explains a lot, actually.
Yeah, that's why you don't see a lot of like corner stuff. And
Yeah.
if they are, most of them are illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not like, but
Because if
San
you go
Diego's
to
strict.
like any like for instance like Staples or I guess it's
Staples?
No, Cryptocom
Oh, yeah.
arena. Yeah, it's
Oh,
Staples
yeah,
Center.
okay,
yeah,
yeah.
Staples Center, the arena, or like any of the convention centers. There's like a slew
Outside.
of just like street
Yeah.
vendors.
Yeah.
Where they're, and I always wondered, going
it was
over here-
in state. It's happened in San Diego during COVID. They relaxed some of those laws.
Oh, okay, that's okay.
I used to pop them downtown, and then they changed the basically all the restaurants said like, hey, like we're paying thousands in rent.
Yeah.
And these guys are popping
yeah.
up.
Yeah,
And so like I was in Little Italy, so I wasn't even near the stadium, but they kind of did a blanket ban of street vendors.
that explains
Oh,
it.
wow.
and it makes sense because those
Yeah.
people they're paying all the money to be there,
Right.
And you're gonna buy a $5 hot dog instead of the like $14 one at the bar,
Yeah.
Tell them to step up their food then.
I mean, honestly, you already got ripped off at the stadium, so you're not trying to get ripped off after, That's
Right.
True, right?
It's like I pay $80 for parking.
Oh,
I'm gonna get a $5 hot dog.
$8 if you're lucky. Have you seen
80.
like 80. I thought I said 8. I was like, what? No, it's like at least 20, 30, 40, 50. Yeah.
Little secret is you go to the Padre games on Sunday and you find a yellow zone.
Yeah.
Because yellow zones are free
Okay.
after 6 p.m.
I mean, yeah.
I'm gonna bleep that out.
Jason's like, I don't care about the Padres. I wear LA hats.
Ouch.
Catching those strays.
So let's talk about your other burgers. What are some of your personal favorites?
So besides the ramen,
Besides the OG.
Yeah.
So I love the chili garlic. It's kind of one I did for a while. And I recently been doing it. I stopped it for a while because when the sriracha shortage happened, they make the chili garlic sauce. It's the same chili. So I did it like 2 years ago, and then I didn't do it for a long time.
Okay.
And I recently done it again, and people have just been like, "Hey, can you keep doing this?" And I love that sauce. I take it home. I put it on like dumplings, on freaking like pot stickers.
Hey.
And now, a word from our sponsor. Santee Community Pharmacy is your trusted family-owned and operated pharmacy, located at 9836 North Magnolia Avenue, Santee, California. They offer a full range of services, including prescription, medications, over-the-counter drugs, immunizations, health screenings, and medication therapy management.
That's right, Art. Plus, they provide free delivery within the East County area. With over 20 years of experience, they offer competitive cash prices for those without insurance. Give them a call at 619-777-1000. That's 619-777-1000.
Tell them the boys at the Brew and Pod sent you for a 15% discount on any of Santee Community Pharmacy's over-the-counter products. Again, located at 9836 North Magnolia Avenue in Santee, California. And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
I just had it with like a Chinese pancake. It was so good.
Wait, so the central ingredient is sriracha, but you put other stuff in
No,
it?
it's mayo. You know the sriracha company makes the like the sambal, the chili garlic one.
Yeah.
It's the same brand of sriracha.
Oh.
You know, you ever
okay.
seen it?
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like got the green top,
Yeah.
just like sriracha,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
chili garlic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
Okay.
Some Golden Mountain seasoning. You guys ever had that?
No, I don't think so.
It's like one of the best soy sauces.
So what do you call that burger?
It's got soy sauce with some salt and MSG, basically.
Nice.
The good stuff.
So that burger is...
That burger is
That's
called
it's a chili garlic mayo with green onions on top.
Okay.
And it's still-
His favorite, the Western. I love the Western.
I love the Western.
The Western cold,
Yeah.
Jason, is the move.
Cold?
The cold Western.
Ooh.
Try it too.
Dang.
What-
I mean, it's good fresh for sure.
everything's good
Yeah.
fresh.
Everything's good fresh, but it's also good cold. Not all of them are good cold,
Okay.
but the Western's also really good.
So-
So like the garlic bomb is not good cold. So the garlic bomb was like one of my first specials, and that's my wife's favorite. And I think that's a love it or hate it special
Ah.
because it's like very strong garlic and the pickle.
Yeah.
I put a lot. I'm a big fan of like, you're paying for a burger. I want to put enough ingredients on it for you to like,
Get your value, right?
yeah, like a lot of sauce, a lot of pickle onions. But yeah,
So wait, what's in the Western then?
the Western. So I dropped the bacon because majority of times you can't taste bacon in a burger. It gets lost.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
And like
You just get texture. You just get texture.
it dries up the cost unless it's like a bacon jam.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of that. But bacon dries up the cost of a burger like $2 to $3.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Wow.
And most of the times you're getting a big X.
Yeah.
I call it
On the
I call it
burger?
the X-Men bacon.
Yeah.
So like
Bacon?
That's how they
yeah, because they put two X's. You know, they put
Oh,
two strips.
yeah.
You know, and I'm like, yeah. I just,
You're just
so I'm like, I paid $3 extra. I'm good. I just rather eat bacon with eggs, like you know. So I dropped the bacon.
Okay,
and
what
I,
else
and
is
I
in
do
it?
buttermilk ranch.
Buttermilk ranch, and then the patty, and then
So I use a Kansas City style barbecue sauce. I like it. It's smoky.
so it's more about
it's his
more about
favorite.
the-
I love
it's
it.
more about the sauces then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, barbecue's a whole nother thing, right?
Sure.
Some people
Yeah.
like smoky, some people like sweet.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of So
Right.
I definitely am a fan of Kansas City style
Okay.
and Memphis barbecues.
Okay.
It's really hard to find that sauce though.
Okay.
Nice.
So then, other than the Western, what else you get?
Oh, I have so many. The specials I mainly make for my regulars.
Okay.
Like there's burger lovers in the world, you know, or like sometimes I'll like, you know, like Guga. Everyone's seen that Guga on YouTube. You know, the bald dude that's always like doing crazy things with steak.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Never seen Guga?
No,
Oh.
What?
I haven't.
Is that on YouTube or?
Yeah, or like
He just
Joshua
said-
Wiseman. Or
I don't know.
They're just like, you know,
Well,
food guys on
Yeah.
YouTube or Instagram.
Okay. Yeah.
So sometimes like I'll make a version of theirs so people could try something that they see online.
okay.
You know?
Okay.
Like modify their sauce a little bit, or
Nice.
you know, or if there's like I've done like some of the Moats burgers that they were around the nation.
Oh.
It's kind of like those kind of specials, but they're for regulars or just burger lovers that like want to try things. So
Yeah.
some people know me as a special guy now.
Special guy.
What special did you bring today? You know?
Oh,
You know?
okay,
And then so
okay.
everyone has their favorite, and they're like, "Oh, can you please?" I think the one that's most dearest to me is I did like a tribute to my grandma because she taught me how to cook.
Okay.
So I did like I call it Granny's Goodness.
Granny's goodness.
Is that on
Okay, I
your
like
regular
that.
menu?
I've only done it twice
Oh.
because like my grandma would get ground spices fresh from India,
Yeah.
like her own recipe, and she would bring it. And then, so I still have like my last, she passed away. I have my last stash, you know? So like,
You
I don't want to do it too often
yeah.
because I use my personal stash to make it.
When's your next one?
But I usually do it around her birthday. So,
Okay.
Let us know.
but it has like my family grew up with something like picnic, you know, like the potato sticks.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
my
yeah,
dad
yeah,
loved
yeah.
those.
Yeah. So
Dude, I love
I make it fresh and because we had this food that we eat with it. So I put that on the burger and I mix all like our spices into the meat.
Okay.
And I do like a garam masala ketchup and it tastes like my childhood. So
Okay.
and it's like we ate a very unique food that wasn't Indian and it wasn't Persian. It was like this hybrid.
Like a
It's
mix,
called Parsi food. And so you can't really get it because no restaurant really makes it.
Okay.
So it
Either
was kind
one
of
or the
like,
other, not a mix.
yeah, I mean, it's a pull of both.
Yeah.
But so I do it as like a tribute, one to like my heritage and then to her because she
that's
taught me how to
awesome.
cook. So
Definitely want to try that. Yeah.
I'll let you know. I'm not sure I'm gonna do it again. Honestly, I've done it twice, and I'm like,
Pretty intensive.
I use a whole different griddle because like I don't want to.
It'll stick.
My main griddle has only ever touched beef and onions,
Oh, I see.
and so I don't want it to be tainted by any other.
All the
I don't let
olives.
anything.
Oh,
Yeah.
dang. Okay.
Very
So I literally
particular.
bought another griddle just to do
just
that
for
special.
this.
Dang.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's get into some random fun. I know we can talk about burgers all
I
day.
Oh
got,
my
I got
God.
questions for you now.
I know.
I just have one question. Like,
Okay.
how'd you guys become homies? I don't know if you shared that already in a pod.
Oh, yeah.
I listened to the first one. I thought you guys were going to share the origin story, but you
Oh, we did.
didn't.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
No, the first one? Not really.
Not the
That
first
was
one.
episode
It was the
two, I
second
think.
one.
Episode, so I just need to
Because
go
I
back.
Yeah, you should have keep
I will
listening.
go back and listen to episode 2.
Yeah.
I think the first one we made it, and then it was like, but who are you guys?
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, all right, origin
Well,
story.
I think I first met Art in college,
College.
through John Paredes. Shout out to John. And then we started working together through the YMCA. And then I met Brian since high school, like my cousin's friend
Where'd
group.
you go?
I went to RB.
Yeah.
I also
the
went
wealthy
to RB.
Filipinos.
Yeah. Well, because his cousin went to RB. I knew him through, and his cousin was basically that friend in our group where he had the house and everyone went there, kind of thing. You know, everyone's got that friend.
Everyone's
right?
got that friend. It's like such a special friend.
Well, yeah, because
Like I always think about what did their parents think? Because we ate all their food.
they were so chill. They were so chill about
they
it.
never had
Yeah.
issues.
My cousin's mom would cook for us all the
Yeah.
time.
It's wild.
The same, yeah.
I'm like, man, they're probably dropping so much money.
No,
Yeah.
But they
like,
probably also like love that their kid.
Oh, definitely.
It's like this is the
Well,
safe space
yeah.
for them.
And,
and everything.
I think that was my aunt's love language, cooking for
for people,
for others,
Yeah.
cooking for people.
Yeah.
And then so when the pandemic hit, I was like, man, everyone has a hobby, everyone has an interest. What do I have? I was literally sitting in my home, like in my parents' home, and I was like sitting down. I was like, oh shoot, I have like clothes, I have shoes. Let's start this brewpac page. And then I was like, Art does video, Brian does photography, and then we spent our pandemic like just going wherever, doing these random shoots. That was one thing that I wanted to like get out of my comfort zone because I was like, man, I feel weird taking pictures of myself, but I wanted that
Also,
feeling
that's how
of,
you guys came together over
Yeah.
the COVID project.
Yeah, as a COVID project.
and then we had this one shoot. It was the desert where we, where we
I saw those. Those were great.
Yeah, that was like probably one of the funnest
Early ones, yeah.
Yeah, our
Yeah,
early
that's your
ones.
space picture.
Yeah, we had to sit in the desert and wait till the clouds like passed, right, to get
Yeah.
the perfect shot, and we just had genuine conversations.
Yeah.
We talked about life. We cracked jokes.
That's where the pod started.
Yeah,
That's where it
pretty much.
started.
Yep,
Yeah, we're
pretty
like,
much.
shit, we should
Yeah.
record this stuff.
So just the car rides.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we're in the car for like an hour and a half. What else are we gonna do?
And then I was already doing this for work, like engaging, connecting with some of my participants, our
Yeah.
youth. And I was like, this is something that I already have and I enjoy. So when it came to like, all right, let's, everyone was starting a podcast. I waited till like maybe like a year out and I was just like, but this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I would tell
And
them
who's
and
your
they're like,
podcast idol? Who's like the podcast person that you're like, man? Like I love
Bobby
watching.
Lee.
Really?
Tiger Belly. Yeah, Tiger Belly is pretty good. Yeah.
He's always pissed off though.
That's the fun. That's the entertaining
Yeah,
part.
yeah.
That's the entertaining part.
That's this whole thing. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you? Same?
I mean, like, there's a couple that I listen to.
You guys listen to them or you just watch clips on YouTube?
I watched the clips. I like. Oh no, I watched the whole episode.
Okay.
Yeah, the ones
You
that got
watch,
me.
you don't listen.
No,
I prefer watching it.
I prefer watching.
Oh, I
Which is,
like
uh,
listening. Yeah.
I guess it depends, right?
Like on the long car rides, like when I have like gigs in LA,
Yeah.
like I like to listen to it. Or like if I'm editing, you know, I'm focused on one thing. I still want to hear and then like have my mind engaged in something or whatever. So
I like to see the reactions. You know, I like to see what
Yeah.
they're actually talking about.
I think it brings a little bit
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, you've always been kind of like a visual person because, like, I think when we do Zoom calls, you're like, turn on your cam. I'm like, no, I don't want to.
Because Brian's naked all the time.
yeah, he's like
I want to
shirtless.
see your barong.
He's like the bacon X. No.
No, but I was like, but then you'd always be so pushy about it. I'm like, dude, it's just like talking on their phone. Just
You guys
let it
ever
go.
think
It's
about
weird. It's like talking to a wall when I see like a blank screen.
Yeah, but it's just like talking. Like, do you see a screen when you talk to someone on the phone? No.
I just imagine them in my head.
thinking about you?
All right, random fun. We like to play games on the show, such as this or that. Would you rather? Name your price. One must go. Pick your poison. Most likely two. This episode, we're playing Hot Take.
Oh boy.
Brian, do you want to read the rules?
Yeah. So an opinion will be shared or commentary that is provocative, controversial, or unconventional, and we'll all share how we feel. Let's play.
All right, first one, Hot Take. The best superhero movie ever made is not part of the MCU.
Is not part of the MCU.
Like the one that you like that's not part of it, or
Yeah.
just saying that it is not actually.
It is not. How do you feel about that? So we'll go guess first, and then we'll rotate.
Nah, don't go me first.
You're the
I'm trying to think of like what other.
Yeah, I know. I'm
You
trying
got
to
Superman.
yeah.
That's not in the MCU.
That's
You got-
DC.
But is that like the best though for you?
No, yeah, I'm saying
Yeah.
what else do we got? We got Shazam.
Is that your best?
No, I'm just trying to think what's not in
I
the
mean,
MCU.
I was kind of a fan of the Dark Knight.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah,
Chris
that-
Nolan,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Chris
that's
Nolan,
legit.
Yeah.
That's also DC though.
Is that part of
It's
MCU?
not MCU
though?
though.
Well, yeah.
Dark
That's
Knight.
separate, right?
Oh, it's like, okay,
Marvel's
okay, okay.
so it's not part of
Oh, it's not. Okay,
Not
I
part
think
of
I keep
Marvel.
thinking like that.
It's
means,
just saying like, do you think Marvel owns the best super movies?
Yeah.
or is there
Oh,
anything else?
okay. I misinterpreted.
Dark Knight's
it.
awesome.
Yeah.
I wouldn't consider it like a super movie. I mean, it is.
What?
It is, but like Batman's different.
He's just a normal rich dude.
He has the
Well, that
power
one,
of
that
money.
one was like so much about the story.
Yeah,
you know?
that
Like,
one.
with
I think
Romin,
that
it
was
wasn't
like
about their like
Yeah,
just a superpower, you know?
Yeah.
Which she doesn't really have, but
yeah.
still good.
Yeah, I would say same with art. How would you guys
I think that's the only one that kind of takes it up there.
outside of the
Would
MCU?
you consider Star Wars a superhero movie?
No, not in the traditional sense.
No.
I don't think so.
Depends on which story, right?
No, I just don't.
No.
It's not part of. I don't think it's part of that at all.
He says, "Meow." He's like, I'm not gonna entertain
I'm
this.
just
I'm not gonna entertain this question. Let's move on.
Did you guys like the which was the one
What?
that was more like Asian focused?
Oh,
Shang-Chi.
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 Yeah.
Shang-Chi was pretty
I
cool.
think I enjoyed that because
Yeah,
I
it's
grew up
pretty cool.
watching like the old school
Yeah.
kung fu and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like,
Right, yeah.
It paid homage to a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, no, exactly.
like, I
yeah,
really
the action.
enjoyed that,
Yeah.
That was a
Yeah.
good one.
Yeah, right. Besides Dark Knight.
Oh, what? Amazing Spider-Man. A little too emo.
Well,
for me,
actually,
but-
the animated ones are pretty dope.
Oh,
I-
yeah.
that is,
Yeah,
yeah.
the
I think
animated
the first Miles, that one blew me
That
away.
one
I was
was
like,
really
yeah, this
good.
animation
Spider-Verse,
is
yeah.
so dope.
Yeah.
I'm tired of the multiverse stuff, though.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm done with that. Like, stop.
Sure. No,
Y'all
I-
just running
I
out of
get
ideas. You know, like,
I get
Making
it.
stuff up.
like it's cool within the MCU, but now it's creeping into everything. Like, even like Star Wars just made a new Lego one. I'm like, look, everything doesn't have to have a multiverse. Like,
yeah.
you know, it's like that was Marvel's thing.
Yeah.
You like it in everything?
Well, I don't like it in everything, but I like it as a concept. Does that
Yeah,
make
yeah.
sense?
But like
Yeah.
they own that concept, but now
They
other
don't
people
own that
outside.
concept.
Well, I mean, they're the one that blew it up.
Yeah, but they don't own it.
Yeah. I'm just saying now everyone's doing it though.
Well, it's kind of like, yes, it's become like an in vogue kind of thing, but like multiverse is a concept I've always liked. So yeah, that's
There it is.
like a
Hot
thing.
take.
Yeah.
Who started that too? Was it Barry Flash? The Flash?
The Flash.
I think he started.
I mean, multiverse is a
Because
concept that's
he
always.
messed
I'm
it
gonna go
up.
ahead and say Smallville.
Smallville.
Oh, I love
Favorites.
Smallville.
That's
If you don't like Smallville,
Ah,
I don't know.
Kristen Crook.
Yeah.
Yes, all of our crushes. I had a folder on my computer
You had a folder? Oh,
because you know.
I thought you printed it out.
I did.
Well, that was-
That was on my binder.
Yeah, that's on my, yeah. Little
plastic
insert.
sheets.
With all the import
My Bone
models
Thug
and-
lyrics. What lyrics did you have
This
in
is-
when your sixth grade binder? I had Bone Thugs on the
Oh,
front.
shoot.
Oh, I had both things too. Yeah.
We used to, me and
It's
Vince used to
Biggie,
record
Biggie.
every day. We come home from school, you know, and there was like the top 10 on MTV.
Yeah.
So we were on the VHS.
Yeah,
on the VHS.
We would record the Crossroads over and over so that we could watch it 10 times in a row. Then go listen to Wu Tang on the Iowa. You guys remember the Iowas? Is that how you say it? AIWA?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Remember your CD player? Jason didn't.
I don't know anything about that.
What? Didn't you have the little, CD player with the speakers?
Oh yeah, okay.
That was like everyone's.
Yeah.
I don't know the brand though.
It was in everybody's room. Just
Yeah.
like, how many CDs can yours hold?
We got the next one.
Next one. Who wants to read the next one?
I got it. Beyonce. Okay, this is what it says.
Hot take.
Yeah, this is what it says. Beyonce is overrated as a performer.
Ooh, what do you think? Is this true?
Never seen it.
Ever seen the Queen Bee live?
I've seen her at Coachella, and I think,
We were there together.
Yeah, he's the
Yeah.
Coachella. I heard
Yeah,
that
it was.
episode.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mr. Coachella.
Mr. Coachella. Mr. Coachella.
I've been every year.
Dude, was that your first time though?
Seeing her,
Yeah, live.
yeah, that was the first and only time because I don't think I'd pay
Is she phenomenal?
$500.
Yeah.
I thought it was really great considering it's not her normal like
Show.
overproduced or whatever. Like
Sure.
you know, I think she did well.
She was like a lion. Like when she
Yeah,
performs,
like
she
she's-
can roar.
She has like 50 different people on stage, but you just know where she's at and who she has that power on
Yeah.
stage regardless of like her backup.
Like she glows.
So I thought it was kind of cool.
Love,
mean-
love on top.
I'm sure she's great because she makes money. So
Yeah.
people pay for it. So
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
if
not,
she was sucked after the first one, she probably wouldn't, make.
she wouldn't have left the group if she wasn't great.
But then I guess like,
wow.
would I pay
No.
to watch?
You
her,
guys listen
like,
to
for her?
Beyonce outside of like pop songs?
Yeah. See, I probably would not.
I don't think I've listened
you
to
know?
anything outside of
I've gone.
I mean,
gone
it's been on my
with a
list.
special someone.
Yeah, with a
Not
special
on your
someone.
own,
No,
yeah.
not on my own.
Yes.
Coachella, she was just there.
Yeah. No, so I was like, this is probably the only time I'm gonna see her.
So if you're on a
yeah.
date,
I haven't been to a concert
Sure.
since college
Oh wow.
because I went to so many for free that I was like, I
yeah,
can't pay
that's
for
true.
this.
What
When
was
you're
it?
used
Was
to
it
something
Sun
for
God,
free,
Sun God.
Sun
That
God
was
was
it?
Sun
phenomenal.
God.
Oh.
Yeah, that was.
Sun
fun.
God was like, is this our school? I mean, it was wild.
I remember trying to get those wristbands, like, because you had to.
No,
be,
no,
like,
that's, we're pre-wristband days when it was just like, it was wild. Okay, passing periods like during class, you know how many people were like on your main walk? I don't know what
Yeah.
ours is called library walk.
Okay.
It'd be like
yeah,
flooded.
yeah.
Same
It was
thing.
like that all day, like 20,000 people on campus,
Jeez.
like faded. Like I was just
Yeah.
like, is this real? I thought, the freshman, I'm like, this is phenomenal. Like it was like, this is so funny.
That was the early days, though,
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. And then then people, the internet changed things where people are
Sure.
Before it was just like a hyper local thing.
Yeah.
And then people started like flying in from other states. Like
Yeah, it's
more.
become a big whole thing.
Yeah.
It's
So then they had to lock it
commercialized.
down into the
Yeah.
stadium, but
Okay.
Right, and
Yeah,
confine it and all that stuff.
Yeah.
good old
Yeah.
internet changes things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think she's
Boneless
overrated.
wings
No.
aren't
Okay. She's
Yeah.
where she's at.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead.
boneless wings aren't wings. They're just chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Actually, I agree with
would-
that.
I agree.
What
I
are
agree with that.
bones?
I mean,
Wings,
yeah,
what are they?
They're
Are they
They're
chicken
not
nuggets?
wings.
I think they're just chopped up like breast or thigh.
they
or
have to
something,
be
right? Or like a
chicken
mixture.
nuggets.
Yeah.
It's not like you eat it and you're like pure. If it is pure meat, it technically wouldn't come from the wing.
Why do they call it boneless wings then?
Maybe
Because they
it's like-
kind of vaguely shape it like wings.
probably-
Oh, do they?
Probably relate to the amount of meat in it.
Oh,
It's not a
It's 'cause
tender,
it's
right?
not-
You're not getting that much. You're just getting a little nug.
okay.
But you know what's frustrating about wings? It's like you pay for 2 wings, but you're really only getting 1.
What?
Just think about it. The wing includes the wing and the drum. That's a wing. But when you
Yeah,
buy
'cause
a
it's the
wing,
feet. It's the
they
feet.
separate it.
Yeah, they separate
It's
so
like
the drum
true.
and the wing.
2
is
wings
different.
is now
like half a wing.
is half a
Yeah.
wing. Yeah,
So it's like 2 wings is one.
because the drum and the flat is
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
actually
usually
a wing.
together.
yeah, the drum
Right?
and then the flat.
A bird only has 2 wings, but they make it into 4 and they charge you for 4.
Yeah.
You ever think about that?
No.
You guys
Sad.
remember? You guys remember Callahan's?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude.
25-cent wing
remember the
Wednesdays.
did you ever do the roulette?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
Is the
My-
beer roulette?
yeah,
No, they had like
No.
1 Diablo wing in it.
Yeah.
yeah,
And so it's like everyone grabs one,
Yep.
and then one person gets screwed.
yeah,
My favorite thing at Callahan's though was the Irish nachos,
yeah. That was a pretty
crisp
good.
cut fries with
yeah.
the cheese and the bean. You never had that?
I had a blueberry beer. That's
Yeah,
all I remember.
they used to do black and blues.
Okay.
I can
They
believe.
used to do half blueberry, half Guinness, and it would like be half blue, half black.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
was
I
the-
remember that.
Callahan's
wild.
was it was sad when it was gone.
Yeah.
What happened? Did they just run out of
It's just bankruptcy.
bankruptcy?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, like if you had Wing Wednesdays, 25 cents a wing, man, you're gonna.
And that's probably when like your busiest nights too.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
fattest deal.
yeah,
It was popping.
Yeah.
We used to do El Torito on Tuesdays.
yeah.
Get the goblet of Dos Equis.
Like and comment if you remember Callahan's. If you're from San Diego.
Okay.
here.
Second question: what is your favorite type of wing? Then,
Second favorite. Wait, say that.
what
again?
is your favorite type of chicken wing?
Ooh, I like the Korean fried chicken.
But like
Yeah,
what
but-
sauce? Just like
what is
unbreaded.
it? Soy,
sauce.
garlic
The
soy, or
soy.
whatever.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty good.
Have you guys ever had fish sauce wings?
Fish sauce wings. No,
Yeah,
I've
like the
never. Where do you get that?
Vietnamese?
Where do you get
Yeah,
that from?
you know the old Mira Mesa 7 that's like a Vietnamese market?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Once you
yeah.
get it from there.
Yeah, you can get it
Okay, I gotta try
Ping
that
pong?
then. I gotta try that.
Inside the market, there's like a little restaurant.
Oh, got it. Okay.
They got fish sauce wings. They're good.
We always talk about food.
Yeah.
And my go-to is like always like salt and pepper, and my favorite one is from Weiwei on the university.
Oh yeah, you talk about.
Wait, wait,
Heard
wait,
about
wait,
that
wait,
one.
Wait, wait.
What?
What'd you say?
Wait.
Wait, wait, wait.
Jokes? I have a joke for you before we go. My favorite Filipino joke I need to hear everyone's.
What?
Yeah. And it relates to the Brew-In.
Okay.
Should we just do it now?
Do it now.
Yeah,
My
sure.
favorite Filipino joke?
Sure.
Have you guys heard the one about the bears?
Oh,
I think I did.
Oh, I'm not going to do it. Too many ahs.
well, it's because we know. Like,
Yeah.
how about for our listeners who don't know?
Yeah, I'm gonna listen.
But then, okay.
Yeah,
But you guys already know the punchline.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
but
but-
you got to say it.
But I
you
can.
know?
I think my mom told me
You
this.
can act like you're like, you can edit it. Like
No, I
you
can
tell
add
us.
the sound effects.
Throw it on there.
Which
Is
one?
there one on
Lay,
there?
lay it on us.
Do you
lay
know
it
the
on
one
us.
about the 3 bears?
Oh, I can.
No, actually, I'm not sure if
You're
I know
not
the
sure?
one.
Okay, well then, let's
Okay,
say-
okay, okay.
Okay, go.
There's
Smoky
3
the-
bears in a car,
Okay.
and they drive off a cliff. Which bear didn't get wet? They drive off a cliff into a river.
Oh,
you know?
No, I remember now. I remember.
The dry bear.
Which bear didn't die?
The survive bear.
The survivor. Yes. And the last one that's only for our generation
Okay.
is which bear fixed the car? Magai bear. Sorry,
Oh my
sorry, young cats, you won't know about that one.
Yeah, there was a remake with that show. I think.
No,
Yeah, MacGyver. Yeah.
Last hot take. Work-life balance is a myth. You have to choose one over the other.
Yeah. Ooh.
that's a lie. You just have to not want a lot of money.
Be happy with what you got. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's me. I mean,
Yeah.
some people they're like, "Oh, why don't you get a storefront? This, that." I'm like, I don't want to work 6 days, 14 hours. Yeah, I make more money, but I work 3 days a week, make 60 grand. I'm happy.
Yeah.
You know, like I could make more
Yeah.
and I could do more, but
It's just more
I
money,
think
more
there's
problems, right?
It's not even. It's not that. It's just you
You're
know, like,
happy
there's
with
certain
where
things
you're
that you
at.
choose
Yeah.
Yeah.
that you enjoy. Like I still enjoy most parts of my life. Like obviously, like more money makes things easier for
Sure.
sure. But like, I think people that say that are like, you know, some people are like, unless you're working 10 hours a week for like 10 years, you're not gonna get. Yeah, you'll ball out if you do that.
Yeah.
If that's your goal, that's fine. You know.
You get old faster too. And that's one of the things I learned in my career, like being in it for 10 years. I switched it around and I talk about life work balance. You put your
Yep.
life first because your work, it can just come and go.
Yeah.
But like the people in your life, like that's where like I put the value in, or the relationships or the experiences.
Yeah.
So having a life first before work, like don't
Yeah.
you can and I think that was like
Work,
one of my vices where it was like, man, I'm worried about work, I'm worried about this, even when I go on
Yeah.
vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're going on vacation soon.
And I go
so-
on vacation soon, and I don't gotta worry about it. And I just turn my phone off, and I'm
Okay.
just there with family. And it's been easier now because I've changed the mindset, and I'm preaching it to my staff because I'm like, hey, you're sick, don't worry about us. Go home, go
Get better.
Come back when you're
Yeah.
better.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, and if you're valued like that at work, you work better.
yeah,
Yeah.
Right? If you're treated well, you're valued, you know that people actually think that you have a life
yeah.
and they're more concerned about that than just the workplace, then they actually work for you better.
yeah.
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 Because you're like, okay, I'm valued as a person. They know that I have a life. They know that things go wrong in life.
Yeah.
Right.
And that, you know, sometimes things take priority. And that's
Yeah.
like, even as a, you know, business owner or, yeah, you know,
Even just a regular person. Yeah.
yeah, just doesn't matter. Like if you work for someone like that, it's different.
Yeah. But when you're sick every Friday, I got a question.
It's up until a
Now
certain
it's different
point.
because you can look at their Instagram like, Beyonce made you sick because you
You went to a concert.
yeah. So
All right, next part of the podcast, Q&As. Let's answer some Q&As from the community. These are from our stories.
Okay.
And prepared for ramen. These are all ramen related questions.
All right.
Let's just go down by people. Dining with Christine. Her question is, what is your advice for people who want to start their own business?
It's hard to cover in just a
Talk to
short.
God first.
Make sure you get a vision
You're a
question.
person of faith for sure, but I think don't go into too much debt. Like, I think
That's good.
there's different styles, right? Like some people are willing to take on huge debt, huge risk,
Right.
which is fine. But for me, I think a lot of people don't start businesses because they think that's the only way.
Right.
Like I started a business where I'm like, if I can't make money off the get go, like I'm not doing it.
Sure.
you know, and it doesn't have to be a ton, right? But it's like, so I set up my like, you see pop-ups like me who have branded pop-up tents, branded table covers, branded like towel, like they spent so much money to do that before they even started.
Right.
So they're already like $8,000 in the hole, and
Right.
they haven't even had a pop-up yet.
Yeah.
And
They
I'm
don't
like,
even know the
just pop
results.
up,
Yeah.
like, you know, like just start with like.
And then get all the things
Yeah.
afterwards.
And I still don't even have some of that stuff because I'm like, I care about the food and the experience of the customer.
I don't even look at those things when I, like, I don't see like
Sometimes,
RomBomb.
A lot of people feel like I have to, I have to have my social media dialed in. I have to have the, and there's like, even like, you start like some people go like, I need all this before I can do a podcast, right? Or like, I need the road or I need the, and it's like, yes and no. Like, as you get more experience and you want those things, you're going to use your business. If you can use your business to leverage to get those things, great. But in the beginning, I think a lot of people don't start because they're like, I need X, Y, and Z, or I'm not legit.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, so I would say like create a
Start
business
small.
that one works with your lifestyle, and then two that can be profitable, like without you having to go into a ton of debt. Unless you're that person, like some people.
It works that way.
Do great that way, you know?
Yeah.
But like I'm saying, if you're not that person, don't feel like you can't start a business.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't that person. I'm very calculated with my risk.
Yeah.
And
Right.
like, and so, that's probably one of the reasons I won't do a restaurant. 90% fail in the first year.
Oh yeah.
know, so I'm
That's a
like-
big goal, right?
Especially that, like it's just really risky.
Yeah.
Do you have someone that you consult, like besides yourself? Do you have like someone or a couple of people that like you run ideas by?
In the beginning, I had people that like were in business who I like ran. So like one guy who's like, he's like, basically, if you can create a business that solves a problem, like you're always going to make
Oh yeah.
more money than if you just say do food.
Yeah.
Right.
Because everyone does food.
Yeah. Or like, so it's like if you're creating something that solves an issue or a problem, like then people need that. It's always a better, So I had people speaking it in different ways. And some people also told me like my business will never work. So I obviously didn't listen to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like you get both from the same people, right?
Yeah.
Like my one guy was like, the same guy that said that, who was like encouraging me, was like, your business won't make it. You can't scale. Like it's, because most people in business were like scale.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, but not everyone needs to be a millionaire.
Yeah.
Like some people are content, like serving their community and making enough to like enjoy life, like at a basic level, like, and that's okay. So it's also like, like if you start a business and you're making $40,000 a year, like you're way less stressed.
Yeah.
Like,
Take that.
That's what you value.
Yeah.
And then you value the time that you get to be with your family too. I think that's something that I've noticed about you.
Yeah. So I mean, it's I think a lot of people get too caught up in like, it's kind of, because honestly,
Wanting
businesses
more.
small are like great and big are great. The middle part of business sucks
Yeah.
because that's when you're spending a lot of money and not making a lot of money. But that's like you can't get there unless you do that, and a lot of people fail there because that's the hardest part. Like for me, like,
It's like a big hump you got to go over, right? Yeah.
and you have to just struggle. You have to go through that, and that's the season where you need a lot of people, but then you're not making as much because you have to pay all them, and but they're gonna get you to.
Yeah.
But some people want that. Like some people, like I want 8 franchises in San Diego. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that'd be cool. Like if I was doing that with an investor who that was there about, but like
Yeah.
for me, I'm like I just really enjoy. Like I'm at people's parties every weekend. Like they're always in a good spot. Like I get to see a lot of people from Mira Mesa now. I reconnect with them, and so it's like
You have a good balance.
I enjoy it. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
It's like,
I don't,
why
I don't
mess
mind.
with it,
I don't
right?
mind being the owner worker.
Yeah.
And some people don't want that. They were like, I want to step back as quickly as possible and be like, quote unquote, passive. Like nothing's truly passive, but
No.
All right, next question from Dining with Christine. I love the burger pop event featuring RomBomb and other local burgers in SD. Do you have any plans to do more of these events in the future?
yeah, Ale Smith has already asked me if I could do another one.
Ooh.
Another one.
Yeah,
This is the same place that you did this one.
I did at Ale Smith basically because like they're just can handle. Like they're one of the
Yeah,
few
the
breweries that can
facilities.
handle that
Yeah.
many people.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm struggling with is like some people want. If I did all the same vendors again, I think it wouldn't be as because they've now tried. So it's like, okay, do I have to bring in another 5 new burger vendors, or is something we repeat?
Yeah.
And some of them aren't pop ups anymore. Like they've become a restaurant. So it's like, okay, do I keep with the pop up theme? Or,
Right.
So I'm kind of still. I do have like another 5 I have in mind.
Yeah.
So I still have to reach out to them and see if it's something that we could do.
So,
But I
yes,
also don't want to like not honor the first group that did it too. So it's like tricky.
so it's like, yes, but it's still in the works.
Yeah.
Yeah, like nothing's in, but yeah, it's in. Ale Smith is down, and I think I'm down, but just
You just need to find people to do it with.
I just need to do my part and do the reach. It was a lot of it was on me. And so,
Oh,
which is
okay.
because I hosted it.
Right.
And so, kind of if I do it, it will happen.
Yeah. So for those that are watching and that didn't get picked,
Talk to this guy.
All right,
It's
Brian.
hard, dude. Yeah.
All right. Next question from Dining with Christine is: are there any other new recipes that you've had up your sleeve in the future that you can maybe share or hint or give a hint?
I've been working on a Filipino burger for like 4 years.
I've been
and
talking to
it's
you about
really hard to nail. Because like for me, it has to like hit. Like I have to be at my friend's house eating like nice beefsteak. Like it has to hit that like core memory.
Yeah.
And so like I haven't, but I have a good idea. I have some ideas. Like it's gonna like right now. Well, there's two things I'm working on.
Oh, two.
So there's
two Filipino burgers?
Yeah, there's a Filipino foodie. Her name's Maria, and
Okay.
she makes this good sauce called Nom Nom sauce.
Nom nom.
That's such a good name, right? Nom
Oh yeah.
It's fun, too.
So I love her sauce. So I was like, oh, and she loves spam. So I was thinking about making like a spam onion jam with like the Nom Nom.
Okay.
And then running a special with her. So that one's still in the works. I haven't like really.
You're still kind of
tested it yet.
workshopping it.
I haven't tested it yet. It's I have ideas in my head. I just haven't. It's a little bit harder now because we started homeschooling our kid like last year when we were in Mexico.
Oh, okay.
And so that took away like my my prototype day because now I was like teaching him like 1 day a week and like so I haven't had that same space to like play around. You know.
Yeah. You just need the time.
The Filipino one though, I'm thinking about doing like I want to reduce like a beefsteak sauce. And then make it into like an onion jam thingy with like a calamansi mayo.
Ooh.
And I've made a few iterations. It just doesn't. It's like I know my Filipino people are very critical of their food. So I'm like, so I'm like not gonna sell it unless I think it it hits that note. You know.
Yeah.
So
especially if you call it Filipino, like
You gotta.
it's gonna be under a lot.
but they've been
scrutiny.
waiting. Like some people were like, when are you gonna
yeah.
drop that? I'm like,
You gotta workshop it. You gotta workshop it. It's got to be right. It's gotta be just right.
I'm thinking about collabing with a Filipino chef and like doing it together.
that'd be cool.
So
Yeah, if
you
you
want
want
to mess around with
reveal
Good Mood Food and Paradise.
Oh,
Sauce.
yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
So we're gonna we've talked about it.
If you need a
Hopefully I'll have
taste
one day.
testers, I know two other folks.
Always welcome to.
Set up.
All right,
Unset up.
last question from Dining with Christine. To each their own, because taste is subjective. But have you had any people who did not like your food?
Oh.
How do you deal with the negative comments and reviews? Are you on Yelp?
So I avoided Yelp for 4 years.
Okay.
And
Okay.
someone just
Fair.
put me on it finally.
Oh,
I've heard
really?
a lot of negative things for business owners.
Okay.
Like Yelp, basically, if you get a negative review, they like push it to the top, and then they call you every week, like, "Hey, we've noticed that you have this on your page, and we can help you like work." And like,
they
so
hustle. Yeah.
it's a business.
Yeah.
Yelp's
Yeah.
a business. So, so I never put myself on Yelp, but someone finally did. So now I am on Yelp and have like 15 reviews. But I've been pretty lucky. Like I'm on Google reviews for 4 years now, and I
Right.
have like 80 5-star reviews.
Oh,
nice.
4-star.
Yeah.
So I think most, like for me, it's like if you don't like sauce and you don't like onions, I'm probably
Sure.
not the burger for you. You know.
Yeah.
But I've actually been pretty lucky where, I've haven't had to deal with like super negativity around my business.
That's good.
I'm sure it's coming at some. I think it's also because I'm small.
Yeah.
I'm a pop up and I'm hyper local, and like
Right.
people are usually finding me.
Yeah.
Versus like, so I'm not like a big restaurant. I think that changes. You also have less control. Like I cook every burger.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like
It's
have
consistent.
higher control.
Yeah.
So
That's good.
and once you step away from that, then you're open. I think
You're
that's what happens.
reliable,
Like,
yeah.
Like you're cook. People have bad days.
Yeah.
They're not going to be on point that day when they're cooking, and
Right.
and then that's when you get your negative review.
Yeah.
And I've had bad days too, where I'm like, I just want to get through this. Like,
Yeah. Everyone has those
yeah,
days.
but like for me, I'm like every burger, I'm like, I want it to be right.
Yeah.
So like I'm very focused on my griddle and I know it so well. Like I can tell if like
If
just
it's
by the
gonna be good or
sizzle
bad,
if it's
yeah.
not hot enough or too hot. Or,
Wow.
so
That's
I'm always
amazing.
like playing around with stuff where so.
Master of this talent.
So I've been lucky. I haven't had to deal with too much with that. So
But if you
I'm
were
sure
to
it will
get,
come.
If you
I
were
think it hurts.
No. If you were to get, like, how would you deal with it?
Oh, I've had one. Okay, I had one 1-star review.
Okay.
And the guy was like, he's like, I took an Uber all the way from PB and like I didn't even get a burger. And then I'm like, did you read like my bio?
Yeah.
Did you read the Google? Like
Yeah.
basically like he
Yeah.
didn't pre-order
Okay.
and then like didn't know my system.
Yeah.
And then I got a 1-star review because he didn't know my system. I'm like,
That's generally how
so I'm
it
like,
works, yeah.
that's not my
That's all-
bad.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
said like, hey, I'm sorry that you had to like do that and you couldn't get it. Like, come back next time. We'll take care of you for free.
Yeah.
And so I just responded like that, and he took that in his review.
Okay.
Oh, we took it on his review.
oh,
you
good.
can do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So I was like, cool.
Okay.
I was like,
That's cool.
so even though like I didn't make a mistake, I still offered
Yeah.
a free burger
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
like that would suck to but
Right.
I was like, when you start a business, you realize how many people don't read.
Oh, gosh.
Like I literally have
100%.
I have a pop up on my page that says like, if it's Wednesday and you're trying to order, don't order. Message me.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, I was trying to order on your page and I
Yeah.
couldn't. I'm like,
Did you not read?
it's I made it a pop up. You know, like you had to click OK. You know, like, I think in general, I want to engage them, figure it out. You know, see what I can do to fix it, and then.
I mean, you're small enough that you can kind of do these things.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I think that's like the most sensible.
I've had more negative stuff with like I have like a burger review kind of like page, and some people have been like giving me like heat with that.
Oh, wow.
Like, oh, like how could you like be negative? Or I'm like, I'm just being honest. Like, I'm not trying to be, you know,
Right.
It's like everyone has things that they like and don't like, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to be honest and sharing that.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, you can't own a burger business and say those things. And I'm
What?
like, so I'm like, well,
that's how it.
but I was just different. Like
objective.
I'm paying for everything I eat. So it's
Yeah.
like, you know, I love burgers. So I'm, you know, but-
So are you saying to get a free burger, just give you a 1-star?
Oh my god.
You see three.
You had the 3 1-star reviews now.
It's like Mart.
Mark.
All right, Ryan, you want to read the next one?
All right. We're moving to Bo. It be Strider. Aside from your private events and pop-ups, what do you find yourself doing on your off days?
Well, actually, I go racing with Bo every now and then.
Yeah, he's talking about that.
I love cars.
Okay. Yeah.
So, I mean, Mondays usually my day to drop my kid off to school, try to have lunch with someone, do errands.
Who's Aaron? I'm sorry. I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was just like, not expect that. Was like a curveball.
Yeah, so I kind of have like 3 days, you know, like, so Monday's kind of my personal day. I do errands. Usually I'm like really relational. So I want to like have, like now it's just started. My son just started school. So I'm like, I can have lunch with someone or, picked up pickleball lately. I'm really enjoying it. I really love ping pong. I'd rather play ping pong more.
Oh, okay.
But
no
it's,
one.
it's harder to, hey, you want to come over and play ping pong?
Wait, you have a ping pong table?
Yeah.
Oh.
But I'm down south. So, you know, Mira Mesa heads.
It's only what, alcohol?
Yeah,
Alcohol?
you. But most Mira Mesa people are like, oh, it's past the 52. Like,
Yeah, because they're still hanging out in the garage. That's Mira Mesa folks, right?
so yeah, love car stuff. And then so I also have like a family day. We kind of, you know, we like to just. My son loves the house.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're like, let's get out of the house. He's like, but he loves the house.
Oh, is he on his like tablet or something?
No, we're actually pretty like low. He almost has
Low
low
tech.
screen time.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's just like a homebody type
He has
of
no
person?
iPad. He just loves like, so we live with another family
Okay.
and we have an acre and a half of land, so they're just out all
Oh,
day
I
making
see
mud
that.
balls. I got a fort.
Yeah.
He plays piano.
Oh, cool.
so
Wow.
it's pretty great. So
So he's got
it's
everything
just a
he
choice
needs.
we've made. I mean, it came at a cost, like where we had to be more intentional with him, but
Yeah.
but we're really enjoying it. I mean, he's still we watch stuff together here and there, but
Yeah.
like we never.
That's cool.
We just have made a choice where like he's never gonna have an iPad unattended. I just don't trust the internet, honestly.
No,
It's
no,
like-
that's a good call. That's a good call. Yeah. But I can kind of see that. Like you have all those things there. It's like, why would you leave? Right.
Yeah.
You know?
yeah.
But
Well, he
sometimes-
just loves me.
Yeah.
So I'm like trying to get him out more. You know, I'm
No,
trying to get.
I hear that. I hear that. I used to be that kid too. So.
You find him on his iPad. You're like, what is the Brewing podcast?
Turn that off.
All right, Art. Next question.
Let's see. Have you ever considered starting up a brick and mortar?
I've been asked a lot of times. I don't. No, and it would have to be a really unique opportunity. I think.
Yeah, like
I'm
a
not.
million.
Most people with brick and mortars are working like 14-hour days.
Yeah.
Jeez.
You know, if someone calls in sick, you're in. If there's always something going wrong.
Yeah.
And just costs are a lot more. Like my costs are very predictable
Yeah.
because I'm catering, because I'm doing the pre-orders. Like I'm not wasting any food. I never waste food.
Yeah.
I don't throw away anything.
Okay.
Because I know how much meat to buy,
Right.
cheese.
Yeah.
So
And they're all slotted too, or like,
that,
you
or
know,
just
you
even when I cater, right?
pre-plan.
I already know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the breweries, I pretty much know, and I purposely do breweries on Fridays so that if I didn't sell out, I can use it for the catering. So it's all set up where like I have no waste.
That's smart.
So I, you know, so I'm, you know, I think if my son was older and I wasn't like want to be present in a lot of the things in his life, maybe,
Yeah.
but nope, no plans.
Okay.
But if you did have a need to extra get, you got like 3 guys here, they'll take it.
Yeah.
So.
We'll
I
be
think if I
here
did do brick and mortar, it would be like that would be someone's baby, and I would like
Oh, you're just part of
I
it.
would be
right?
like part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like I would say, hey, I'll sell you the sauce.
Yeah.
And then you could run like the business side of it. Or,
Yeah.
But I don't. Yeah, it'd be cool.
Maybe one day.
It'd be cool.
It's a
Not
big,
now.
it's
It'd be
a
cool.
daunting effort.
But it is.
Yeah.
It is like you're saying. Then the work becomes life.
Yeah.
With the brick and mortar.
It
That
does.
tips the balance.
Yeah.
For sure.
Last question from Bo. If you did a burger a week on your own burger, what would you love and not love? What does that mean?
Yeah,
Burger a week.
Burger Week is my my other account.
Oh, that is right.
Your other
Okay,
account-
yeah.
What is that? I'm not.
I eat a new
familiar.
burger every week.
Oh.
I kind of post it up and.
Yeah. What was
It's
your
So a lot of
like-
people
is it
ask
like
me
a
what my
review?
favorite burger is. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna eat as many burgers as I can eat in 2 years,
Yeah.
and then give a real list.
Oh.
And
okay.
so I've been doing that. So I personally am not going to do my own. I'm going to
Okay.
have one of my followers who like has been part of me for the whole thing. I'll let them do it.
Yeah.
I think most people, their only criticism of my burger is it's really messy. So
Yeah.
it is, but it's
That's why
because
you
it's
get-
so saucy.
That's why you get French
So
fries.
it's like one of those,
Yeah.
yeah, it's that grease sauce.
Yeah.
I mean, what was it? Was Carl's Jr.'s old saying? Like, if it doesn't get all over the place, it doesn't belong in your face.
Yeah.
I remember that one.
All
yeah.
commercials. That's
It was like
Yeah.
a supermodel eating it.
Yeah. Is she still eating it all neat?
Yeah, but I mean, I do love my burger. I just ate it right now. I'm like, this is still good. You know, like, so I'm gonna let someone else criticize mine.
Okay.
Yeah, to be fair, I won't do it on my own.
Because I feel like there's some inherent bias in it. Like, you made it, you know what goes into it, so
Yeah, and I know it's false because obviously it's like also a cost thing. You know,
Right.
like a lot of places that if you have a fancy bun on a burger, the cost goes up $3 per
No,
burger.
definitely.
yeah. For like, negligible
think about how
difference,
like
right?
to make buns is
Yeah.
it's a big deal.
Process.
It's a deal. Like, and so like almost sometimes buns cost more than everything inside of it.
Wow, I didn't know
If
that.
it's like a local bakery making like a
Yeah.
high end bun, like
that
those
makes
buns are
RT.
They're
costing
good,
them like
but
no, but they're costing
expensive.
Yeah.
they're costing the restaurant like
yeah.
$2.
Wait, what
a
did
bun.
you say? Art? Sorry.
Artisanal.
Artisanal.
Artesian
Artesia?
water, spring water.
Artesia.
All right, Brian, next question.
All right, from we went over this question a little bit earlier, but from Joey SB, he asks favorite brewery. And for background, for
Joey also runs Burgeon. You know, I pop up mainly at 3 breweries.
Wait, hold on. Where's Virgin at to share with the audience?
So where Joey's at is in Escondido,
Okay.
and it pops off. Like when I pop up there,
By the 7-Eleven?
No, it's like in a business park next to a chicken feed store.
Oh.
Yeah, by the
Yeah,
7-Eleven.
by the 7-Eleven.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, I know where that is.
Yeah, and it. I mean, it was the size of this room, and it pops off.
Yeah.
Like I'll do 300 patties there all the time.
Wow.
50 pounds of meat.
Jeez.
Wow.
Yeah.
Easy, huh?
But I think Virgin makes great beer. They make like that old school, just like really tasty, good beer. So it's funny because I'm not like a big IPA guy,
Yeah.
and I'm in IPA town. And
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
San
So I
Diego,
love
yeah.
Belgians,
Yeah.
but no one really makes them here.
Yeah. It's all
But
important.
I love Virgin. I call them. They make my gateway hazy.
Gateway.
Yeah,
Easy.
because I wasn't like into IPAs, but like
Yeah.
their hazy was like just on the
The cusp,
line enough
right?
of like
Nice.
not. Yeah, and I was like, okay, I could.
Dude.
And
You
so
could
now
do
because
that.
of that one,
Yeah.
I can handle more like hazies and stuff like that.
I was looking at your shirt too.
Oh yeah, rocking Virgin. Right?
They give you that.
Yeah, I'm so big now that I'm like I just like wear brewery shirts. All my other shirts are like soaked with grease.
Do you get free shirts from the breweries that you serve at?
I get hooked up.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
I get like a
Nice.
bully toss sometimes.
That's cool.
Okay.
yeah.
Sponsor the pod.
But I also want to wear their shirt when I'm at. Their
Oh, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
that
That
makes
makes a lot of
sense.
So I'm
sense.
like, yo, let me just, 'cause
Yeah,
they
yeah.
support me,
Yeah.
they help my business. Yeah, but I think my favorite beer I've had recently is Goal's Pandan Stout.
Yeah.
It is like phenomenal.
This has been really good.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Pure, which I also pop at, they have a smoothie style ale. So the smoothie style is like these thicker, fruitier beers. It's not very beery, but like the one they just did
Like
right now is
juice.
dragon fruit and banana. It's so good. So I enjoy all, like, they're the main 3 I drink now because
Yeah,
I
'cause you're always
just drink.
there.
Those are the ones I
Yeah.
drink. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I like a little bit of all of them. So.
Okay.
It's like you might as
But
well.
I do
right?
miss the old school beer scene in San Diego, like when we were 21.
Yeah.
And every beer
When it was
place was just
starting.
like, like you're actually in the brewery. And
Yeah.
it was like
Yeah.
it was a
There's still some
it
of
was a
them
fun
now,
time, yeah.
but not like back then for sure.
yeah, it's just a different scene now.
Green Flash.
Now I've noticed
Oh,
like
green flag.
no, I'm talking like when Ballast
before.
Point like just opened up in Scripps and it was like
Yeah.
Oh,
the
just
random
smaller.
one, yeah, like
Yeah.
Small. Yeah.
All right, next Q&A. This comes from Sam Nguyen. Sam Nguyen. Shout out Ramen for being mentor to me and my high school friends.
Oh.
Is urban life still a thing? And how was your experience when you were in it? So is this what you were
So
about
I
your
did
youth ministry?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sam, the guy. Sam was funny. Yeah.
Wait, so let's talk about Sam. I know Sam's gonna watch this. He's been waiting for this. Like, well, because he was like,
Sam boy.
he was like
Crawford?
He was like, my church mentor and my fraternity mentor are gonna be in the same episode.
Oh, that's cool.
So, how was Sam? Like,
I mean, I met him in middle school, and so I when I did youth ministry, I started with high school students. I also did college students, and then when I kind of like launched out on my own, I started our middle school side of ministry. And so Sam and his friends, I mean, I walked with them from 6th grade to 12th grade.
wow.
So I did middle
6
school, and then I
years.
stopped when I like gave it over to some of my volunteers. We
Yeah.
brought them on staff, and they took it over, and then I moved up to high school. And so I moved up with his little crew from like 6th grade to like 12th grade. And so I saw them all grow up. You know?
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
cool.
Yeah, so it was fun.
Awesome.
I loved it. I loved teaching. I got to be on campus like every week. I got to like teach ASB, and I would do like leadership lessons, and then we do our after school program. We take kids to like trips the first time, take them to like Tahoe and Zion.
Oh, wow.
Super fun.
And like
Yeah.
just a lot of them had
for
never been.
free?
We fundraise a lot, so
Yeah,
we would make
that
their
makes
costs
sense.
really low.
Oh god.
Okay, that's
Because
cool.
we understood, like, a lot of them could, it's expensive, So if it costs like $400, we make them pay like $50.
Oh wow.
wow.
And then most of the time they would have to like work it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they always had new J's somehow.
Right?
Calling them out.
No one got money, but they got everyone's
got
at
money.
Coachella every year.
Still got the right fit.
Somehow, some way.
You know, I always thought was funny about that crew. Well, just that generation is like, you go to school and you wear your outfit. And you're like,
Yeah.
okay, I look good. And then they would take the fit of the day picture. I'm like, everyone saw you at school. Like, you ain't showing anything new. Yeah, document it. No, but I loved it. Urban Life's still a thing. Yeah, Jose
Okay.
runs it now, and
Oh, wow.
That's cool.
they still have the farm. So they had a farm to like give kids first time experiences, and I think now they're pushing more into like elementary too, to like start the pipeline earlier.
Oh,
That's cool. I love that.
that's cool. Yeah, start them young. Yeah.
Where's the farm at?
It's in City Heights, or across from
Oh, it's
Colina
in
Park.
City Heights.
Wait, what?
What?
Oh.
Okay.
So it was behind our like building, and so it kind of created because we knew kids at their first job, you mess up,
Yeah.
you show up late, this and that. So we're like, let them mess up here,
yeah.
and let them learn like what's the proper things to do and how to interview.
Oh, that's good.
So it's like they interview and it was bad, and then you're coaching them through, like, hey, like when you do interview, this is how you show up, this is how you.
That's cool.
And then when they show up late or they didn't communicate, you're like, hey, you need to like message us if you're not coming in. And so it's like we knew that all that was going to happen,
Yeah.
but you did it in this framework where it's like you can learn here.
It's safe.
You're
Yeah.
not
Low
gonna get
Safe
stakes.
space.
yeah, you're not going to get fired.
Yeah.
It's right up my alley.
Yeah.
I'm in like workforce development, and
yes.
I worked with a lot of youth programs doing that stuff, with first jobs and stuff. So
Yeah.
appreciate that work.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we do mock interviews at our work too.
Nice.
Show them the
It's
importance
helpful.
of-
Yeah, it's
it's
helpful.
helpful.
Yeah.
All right, Brian.
Dan asks, how would you decide to market the way you do with the pickups every Wednesday versus the usual?
Because I started in COVID. Like no one really wanted to go to restaurants. Remember that season?
Right,
Like people didn't
right.
want to be around people. So that's why I did so Moats, the guy, one of the burger guys I followed, he was doing all these pop-ups over the country, and then COVID happened, he shut him down. And so he actually built a slide that came out of his window, and he did time slots, and then he would like drop the bag down the slide so people just like picked it up. And I was like, and then I was like watching, I was like, I could do something like this.
Yeah.
You know? And then so I kind of like mimicked some of his system and then created my
Yeah.
own. And then I was like, it'd be great with COVID. In COVID, it really worked because
Yeah.
people didn't want to.
Yeah.
And they also like,
no
it was like
contact,
low
yeah.
yeah. And then
You got a slide?
I didn't have the slide. It was over the
Can,
fence.
can you imagine you're in the slide too?
Like, here you go. Like a little sound,
And then you gotta run
sound
back.
effect as I come down. Yeah. And then kind of, I was just like, I like this business model. It's like predictable. I know I'm not losing money. I can like know what I'm making.
You make
So
you
it-
make enough.
It was very predictable.
Yeah.
And then what happened was like one of my regulars had me for her, shout out Mel. She had me, she said, can you cater my birthday? And I was like, yeah. I've started in front of my backyard. So, and then when she posted it, she's a big realtor. So when she posted it,
Oh,
it blew up
yeah.
for the Brew Avenue Home Collective. So it like blew up. And then everyone's like, you cater. And I was like, oh, cool. And that became like one of the
A
bigger
thing.
parts of my business.
Yeah.
Carried you
Yeah.
through the pandemic, yeah?
And then the breweries kind of hit me up, and then I have a balance, of all three. So
That's cool.
so I kind of keep Wednesdays. It's like good because like I'm one of the few caterers that people can actually try.
Yeah.
A lot of time you're like, oh, my friend's a
Oh,
good
that's
taco guy,
smart.
but you actually can't try the
You
taco
can't try
guy.
it until you get there. Yeah, yeah.
So like I kind of keep it around. It's not like the biggest part of my business anymore,
Right.
but I keep it for like the regulars and
That's
and,
smart.
like, and also for the catering side.
Yeah. And it's still very manageable. So
Yeah, and I still enjoy it because I have to be there and prep anyway.
Right.
I'm already there prepping, so it's like I'm
Might
just
as well.
there for an extra 4 hours selling. Then yeah. So.
that's cool.
This one is from Ample Ash. What brand of crack does he put in his burgers? Because, whew, drool emoji.
Not MSG, but
Is it a secret?
it's Lowry's. Nah, it's just a lot of little things together.
A lot of love.
It's not just one thing.
I think it's a lot of little, like good butter, good meat, cast iron.
Yeah, like you said, you
Technique.
get
It's just
that
like-
meat like fresh too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So I think a lot of little things together is
yeah.
helpful. The main crack is love.
The secret ingredient is love.
Taste the love. That's the slogan.
Yeah.
Next one comes from Roxanne from Hawaii. What prompted you to start your business? What currently keeps you going?
I think so. I shared what started my business earlier. Keeps me going. Is just I really enjoy it. I enjoy people.
Yeah.
I enjoy that. Like we have regulars and we know things going on in their life now. And then, yeah, it's like not stressful. Make enough to like enjoy still things. And so, yeah, I love that. It's like something that I'm producing that people enjoy. And yeah, I think parties it's just a great place to be. Most people are like, and you're like part of people's lives.
Yeah.
Like when you do someone's wedding or their first baby or their baby shower, like you're part of that person's story, Like,
Yeah.
that's cool. And I've done people's like baby shower, then the first birthday, then it's
Yeah,
like,
Oh,
yeah.
you follow them
Yeah.
through
like they hit me
yeah.
up for different parts. So that it's just cool
That's
to be
cool.
part of people's like stories.
That's
Like,
cool.
all of us
I
have like
feel
a
that.
food place that is tied to our childhood, and so
Yeah.
Yeah.
to get to be part of that for some people is really cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
How many childhoods like core memory do you think you're part of?
Oh, I don't know, man. Well, the
Talent,
kids
huh?
don't. I mean, the kids don't know.
They won't know until they get older.
Yeah.
they
But
think
it's
they're
cool
bad.
now. Like when I show up at parties and they're like, "Yo, RomBomb's here!" Like, or like they're like, "Oh, I've been wanting to try RomBomb."
Yeah.
So it's like no one says that at normal catering.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Like, oh, the taco guy's here.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool when people like recognize you at a party.
Yeah.
Unless it's MSG chicken, then you're like, oh shoot, MSG chicken.
Was it Goldilocks? No, not good.
Golden chopstick.
Yeah,
Golden chopsticks.
Yeah.
Mandarin. All right. Also from Rock's aim is future plans for the business.
I mean, RomBombs is I like where it's at.
Okay.
If I did scale, I would love to scale my sauce.
Okay.
I would love to like sell the sauce.
Oh,
Oh, like a
I
little
think it's-
bottle?
yeah.
I sell it now in bottles for people.
Okay.
So I sell a few bottles a week. But I would love to. If that's something I would scale, that's what I would scale because that's something that eventually a co-packer could make and you could go national, But I feel like that side of the business that's hard. That's like
scalable,
sales.
yeah.
But I also have toyed around. I want to create like a separate catering business that's like a milkshake.
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 Yeah.
Brings all the boys to the yard.
Well, burgers and shakes go together,
Yeah.
But I've done
Yes.
enough parties now where I'm like, man, they hire me, they hire a dessert person, they hire this. I'm like,
Yeah.
You
So,
so
like,
one-stop shop.
well, like the milkshake thing's something that like I wouldn't have to do.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
the burger thing, I feel like it's really
That's you.
It's like an apprentice thing. Like you would have to train with me for months to like get dialed in.
Yeah.
Whereas like the milk, here's the recipe. Dial
Make
in.
it.
Yeah,
Here's
it's
the
like
blender.
it's very easier to like pass off to someone.
That makes
And I have
sense.
a really good ube.
What?
What? Wait.
Sold
Go on.
Okay.
You were sold on ube for
I
me.
know. For me, ube anything,
Yeah.
right? But like,
Oh.
remember the false tins that we all grew up with? That like
The
ooh,
sewing
there's
kit?
the butter cookies in there.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
sewing
the
kit.
Danish
So I
cookies.
put those cookies in the ube milkshake.
What?
That's freaking good. So it's that brings that like child.
Okay.
memory
You're-
back.
so you made the ube
Yeah, I've already
milkshake.
dialed in most of the stuff, but
Dang.
I just need to like do it.
Yeah.
So
I
hopefully by
haven't
next
tasted.
time.
I'd want to taste that
Oh,
now.
it's so good.
Okay.
So good.
What? You got more in that bag?
The Danish.
Just one.
All right. So this one comes from
Oh.
Miss Nadina.
This is Nadine.
So, what's a lie you told your parents growing up?
Which one?
What's a good one?
I know.
Good thing my parents don't know what a podcast is.
A lie you told your parents growing up.
I did my homework.
I remember what disappointed my mom the most when she found out. And so
Oh,
She found out the secret.
Yeah. So my car got jacked.
I remember that. Your hatchback.
Yeah.
The green
And
one,
then-
right?
Yeah. And then my dad picked it up from the impound. I didn't know this. It all happened like while I was at school.
Oh, what?
And so my dad found like my pipe in the car.
No
And then, like I come home and my mom's like, I trusted you. And then she walked away. And I was like,
Whoa.
With
and
no,
like my mom did trust me a lot. And like, cause it was very easy. Like I brought home great grades,
Yeah.
and I didn't ever give her any trouble, and so she gave me like a bunch of freedom. You know.
So no contact. She just said, I trusted you and left?
I knew that my dad had found the pipe.
Oh.
Because my car was at my dad's house. He called me, and then he's like,
And he told your mom.
and then I knew the pipe was not where it was. You know, so I was like, oh, okay.
Was it like a bar?
And he
or
must have told
something?
my mom. Yeah. No, it's just like a little.
You know what you should have
Okay.
done? Oh, what? Someone stole my car.
Someone stole my car. I wasn't on my feet. You know. I was
He was a young buck.
Yeah,
he wasn't
okay.
sharp,
Okay.
you know.
yeah, but when she just said, I trusted you. She walked away, and I was just like,
You
break
Yeah,
like you never lose their love, but when you break someone's trust, that's like
Yeah.
yeah,
It's hard to get
It was
back.
hard because that
Yeah.
was hard.
That was like Anakin and Padme when her heart was broken. Yeah.
I trusted you.
You're breaking my heart. All right, next one, Brad.
Okay, that's me. Okay. Also from Nadine, what made you gravitate toward the Filipinos in junior high and high school?
Did I have a choice?
True. Like you're just around them all.
No,
so-
I mean,
well, you always have a choice, right?
yeah, no, for sure.
You could just say no.
What do you like about the Filipino culture?
Oh man, I mean, I was so accepted by a lot of my. I mean, I'm also like was the one non-Filipino in a lot of those settings. You know, I'm
You were
like
that
the
guy.
honorary welcome
Yeah.
to the family party and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was cool. Yeah, I mean, the culture is cool. I mean, one of my first friends was Filipino too.
Who's your first friend?
Well, like Vince was like from
Okay.
like second grade, so
Oh,
I went to school every day.
Way
and,
back.
and so I was always in his house, so I learned a lot of
Yeah.
Filipino culture there.
Okay.
You know, had my first.
Beef stick.
No,
Beef stick.
no. That was
first.
my first Vienna sausage. Was
Oh, you never had it before that? Okay, okay.
no, man.
No, okay.
I'm not all pantries have Vienna sausage.
That's true. Because you know you grow up with your whole life, you always forget like that's not in everyone's
Yeah.
pantry,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like
Eating that with rice was, it's great.
With ketchup
right.
too, or what?
Ketchup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
potted meat.
Oh, I had Adina Guang the first time then too. and I was
Wait,
like-
where or when?
Yeah, but he didn't tell me it was like the
Said chocolate meat.
What it was, yeah.
I was like after I was like, what?
But did you like it?
I've never had balut though. I don't know if I could do it.
What?
I don't know if I could do it.
Good thing we brought some.
Next time on the pod.
I know.
No, are you serious? Are you down to try it?
I don't
Next
know.
time on the
I don't know. Would I? Have you? Do you guys enjoy it?
It's good.
I like the soup.
You gotta get
I like
the
the soup.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like close your eyes and just?
Well, I mean, like, because
been a while.
at the end of the day, it's like a texture thing, and like if I'm like feeling that texture that day, I'll eat it. But for the most time, like you can't go wrong with the soup that it's in. Yeah,
So good.
Yeah.
I mean, for you or like anyone else
yeah.
trying it, like try it little by little. First, you take
A
the
little
soup,
salt.
then yeah.
You can put like a little, put this.
And middle school, I was in love with every Filipino girl in our school.
Oh,
It's like,
well, that's Mira Mesa though. Yeah.
it was like 40% of the options.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I haven't-
no, but yeah, I think I was just most of the friends early on that I made were Filipino, and so I was always welcome to their homes, and
Yeah.
and so I think most of the people's, my house didn't feel like a place where I could bring people, but a few of my Filipino friends had those houses where like we were always welcome, so
Oh,
I
yeah.
spent a lot of time there.
Okay.
You know, like at Lawrence's house, or Chris Benitez's house, or like Alan's house, or Vincent. So it's like I was surrounded by them, so it felt. Even now, when I have Filipino parties, I'm like, Uncle, Auntie.
Yeah.
You already know
You
what's
just know.
It's just,
Yeah,
it just
you-
feels. It's just part of my.
You know the ins and outs.
Have you blessed them too? Have you?
Oh, I do. Yeah, I do.
Yeah?
yeah.
Wonderful. Okay.
Yeah.
When you try to do it like to like some of the younger heads, they get all pissed. You know.
Okay.
Yeah,
no,
no,
I'm not old enough. I'm not old enough yet. I'm like, no, now you are.
So next burger, bullet bomb.
Can you imagine?
All right, next portion of the pod, guest plug. Where can our community members find
Yeah.
you? Social media handles, website.
Yeah, best place to find us is on Instagram, RomBombBurger. We do burgers every Wednesday. We have time slots from 3:30 to 7:30 every 15 minutes. So you just order, show up, and it's ready. Fridays, we're usually at local breweries. We rotate for sure, always at Pure in Miramar and Burge in Escondido. Third place usually rotates between a few different places.
Wait, for the Wednesday one, is there like a certain place that you go, or
Yeah,
like, how
yeah,
does
we
that
have
work?
that kitchen. It's off.
Oh, the
Carnival
kitchen you're
Road.
talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
Okay.
So you just pull up to the kitchen, you message us that you're there, walk it right out to your car.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So super simple.
So there's one place for Wednesdays. Fridays
Wednesday's always
is a
the same
cycle.
place. Yeah. Fridays, I'll usually post up my first of the month. I'll post up where I am the whole month.
And that's on Instagram as a
on
post
Instagram.
or as a story or
It's a post.
In your
It's a post,
profile
okay.
too.
Yeah.
It's in your profile.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then websites mainly for like catering information and ordering for Wednesdays.
Okay. Shout outs. Any shout outs recognition?
Shout out brewpac.shakur.
Oh.
Always supporting. Yeah, I really enjoy my card. I think that's really cool. You made me my own like baseball card.
Yeah, I've heard of these ones.
That is right.
Yeah.
I've only made like 4 of them. That's why I was like, it's been a long time.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so
When I
you're-
saw that, I was like, that's I mean, that's an
It's
investment.
legit.
I think because maybe you're one of the last ones until we started getting into podcasting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we stopped shooting for like the longest time, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Shout out to all the pop ups in San Diego.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's like you know who you are.
You guys are, yeah. You know, we're out here. It's a different model, and you know, I appreciate it.
But y'all thriving.
Yeah.
What's up?
Any upcoming projects and or events?
I mean, every Saturday I'm doing a party,
Okay.
but
Sorry.
Is it a close network, or have you done any like not
Done
celebrity?
anyone?
But
the
like-
closest I did an event for like one of the head marketers of the Padres.
Wow.
Yeah,
Maybe
Rey
can.
Mysterio's son was there.
Hey.
Junior, right?
Yeah. And
Yeah, okay.
And then I think Slightly Stupid was there too.
Oh.
And they took my
That
card.
is
They're like,
amazing.
"Oh, why are you one day?" But it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
It is what it is.
But I've definitely done some parties in houses where I'm like, "Dang,
Yeah.
wow." dude.
Oh, I've seen
You're like,
that.
this is a house.
Oh yeah, like I was like on the tennis court, you know, popped
Yeah.
up on the tennis
Yeah.
court.
Yeah. House with the tennis court. That says a lot.
All right, last call. Thank you. Shout out to anything you want to plug. Upcoming events, pod encounters with friends and family. Brian, Art.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to. I think it's probably like my first like weird stare, and then. Hey, do you do a podcast?
Wait.
Wait, again?
Yeah. Well, it was somebody I didn't know. Like it was.
Oh,
like,
wow.
Oh,
so
stranger,
It was,
stranger,
yeah, it was
yeah.
Ethan from Asa Bakery downtown.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Wait,
I
what?
was just down there, and he was like looking at me, and I was like, "Why is this guy keep staring at me?" I was trying to get food, and he's like, "Are you on a podcast?" I was like, "Yeah." But I guess he's part of your fraternity. I think he's like one of the older heads. I think is one. on that, so
okay. Yeah,
Shout out to him.
yeah.
Thanks for listening. Appreciate the support.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's crazy. Most of my shout outs and thank yous are going to be for the next episode when I
You wanna save
recap
it?
everything that I did today.
Yeah.
Because I was late today for once. So
It was funny because Art was like, "Oh, this is what this chair feels like."
He sat
over there.
I've never been at that side.
Because
How'd you
Art's
guys
always the
decide
one.
who sat where?
That's Brian's typical chair.
yeah.
But Art came here for like early this
Before
time.
him, yeah.
So because he had time to kill for once. Because usually I'm here early and we're waiting for Art or whatever. Yeah.
And he was like, "Ooh."
Yeah. All my thank yous and shout outs will be probably for the next episode just because all of our focus is on Mr. Ramen here
Yeah.
today.
Oh, I like those R's.
Yes. I like to roll my R's. Yes.
Not everyone can.
Yeah,
Oh,
I can.
yeah. Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's like a gene thing.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Try it.
I can't.
What was that? What was that?
Like rolling
That's how
and
you blow
drowning.
To roll your R's.
My shout outs to Ramen. Like,
Yeah.
it's been a while. And that's one thing that I told these two. I wanted to know that question mark between high school and when I saw you last and you were starting that, because I didn't know that side of you. And then there was like little hints when I met Sam and he was talking about you, and he talks about you pretty highly. And so it's cool to
Oh.
see that side and kind of hear your story unravel. So I appreciate you for your friendship through the years since junior high up to now. And I feel like we're doing the same work,
Yeah.
just in different pathways.
Yeah, no, it's cool. You're pretty hyper supportive of local people in that. I appreciate that too.
And I think that was a cool thing because since high school, like I've definitely changed and you changed as well. And we were in good places in our lives where it kind of matched up as well too. And thank you for the ROM bombs.
Yeah, I know. Those were
We should have
so
brought
good.
fries.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay.
okay.
Okay, well,
You don't want greasy oil on this nice equipment.
yeah, but it's worth it.
Oh, that was good.
Thank you so much for that.
Yeah,
by the way,
thank you.
Roman.
welcome.
They're good. So cold ROM bomb originals, and what's the other one? That's good cold.
Western.
Oh, the
The
Western's
Western?
good.
Western's
Western's
good cold.
I mean, obviously it's better fresh,
Yeah.
for sure.
But if you have to have it
it,
cold,
it
it's
still
one of
hits
those-
cold.
Yeah,
It
no.
does. It does.
Yeah, those were so cold, and it's like it would just be so much better if it was warm for sure. But like it still hit.
Yeah. I can't say
Always.
my thank yous without Nadine. So I appreciate you and for being the executive director, even
I saw it today.
catching some of those.
Yeah.
She was on
Jason,
it.
did you do X, Y, and Z? No.
All right. Thank you for hanging out with us. I'm brewpac.shakur.
This is Art.
And Brian.
And ramen.
Peace.